Yo, what's up, people? Chris has no self-awareness or like situational. I literally was like, put in your headphones.
Never heard you say that.
Oh, well, he's not listening.
Speak up. Say it with your chest.
Okay. Hi guys. I'm just messing with the guy, you know, because that's what we do here is to just mess with. I did. I said it with my full chest. I said, put in your headphones. Sorry, you don't listen. All right. Let's get this going. We might end up having to change the thumbnail. I don't know. When I hit mute and I forgot I already muted myself. Hi guys. It is Wednesday and some very interesting stuff happened today, I guess, to a degree. Kind of, not really. It just sort of happened. I don't know how to explain it. Polypolitics. There you go. For those that aren't understanding who I mean when I say Chris, it's polypolitics. So it's his real name, so I prefer to say that. Oopsie daisy. We're gonna, that's not what I meant to click. I meant to click on this. We're gonna do this real quick. Oh no, not that, this. And we're gonna, that's still not the right one. So if y'all didn't know, Trump had like this speech, right? And things, and he had a speech today. There were a bunch of Senate committee hearings, confirmation hearings today. And I actually did. I missed part of it. I missed part of the beginning. But I actually listened to the majority of Blanche's Senate committee hearing. So that happened. So we know that happened. All right. That was definitely interesting. Of course, I feel like it's always interesting, so we'll find out. Let's see. Yeah, boom. I think that'd be funny. Okay. Hi everybody. How are we doing today? Make sure if you are watching over on TikTok that as you are coming in, you double tap that screen. Hector supposedly is still joining us. His booty butt is still on live, so I'm calling cap on that one today. We'll find out. Okay, we might see that happen. I don't know. What are we ever? He's supposed to, you know. So someone's gonna need to probably go over there and just remind him that he's supposed to be over here. He had a weird phone call at the end of it, so I don't know. I popped in for a moment. That's all I got. You're doing Dine and Fandy? Okay. But that's okay. So I already have a setup, right? Okay. No worries. Thanks, Sparky. I already have a setup where I just swap my scene as soon as he's on and I put him on screen and it's cool. Yeah. I don't know why you would be celebrating that, John. That seems like a very odd thing to celebrate, but hey, y'all do weird shit all the time, right? So what else should I expect? Well, apparently, I was wrong on that. And I gotta let Capo, thank you so much. Really quickly, we have a thank you, Nicole, for the jewels, Grunt, Corpses. Thank you for the $1.99. I appreciate that. And thank you, Capo, so much for the 10 gifted memberships. What happened that I didn't hear that? I know why that's off. Oh, well. I didn't hear the sound effects, so I guess Streamlabs is just being dumb. But... oh, there it is. It's just really low and I can't hear when I'm talking, apparently. Thank you. Appreciate that. And thank you, Raj, for the 10 jewels as well. All right. Well, as soon as he gets here, he'll be on screen with us, and I have some interesting things to go over just in case people don't call. But while people are coming in, aw, hi, Lynette, you'll have to tell me her name and I'll say hi to her. You know what I mean? Um, I lost my train of thought. Do you guys know how that happens sometimes? I'm sorry. Where was I going? Anyways, Christopher, I couldn't have blocked you if you're commenting in my chat. So that's a weird claim. That doesn't even make sense. You blocked me so many times. Like, how can you be blocked and commenting? That doesn't. You must not understand how social media works, right? You can't be here commenting if you are also blocked. So that would be impossible. I guess then, Chris, you would have to tell me what other account you have, since apparently I've blocked you before. Because if you're blocked, you can't comment on the account that you're blocked on. So, you guys really struggle with understanding what things are. Hi, Andrea. Wow. Name checks out over there in YouTube. That's funny. Not now, but many times. Again, like Christopher, if you were blocked, you wouldn't even see my live. Do you not know how TikTok works? You wouldn't see my live at all if you were blocked. Are are you are you okay? Well, I know that. I know the answer is no. So we'll just answer that one. And as far as the person over in YouTube, your name literally checks out. So username checks out. That's how that is. It's the y'all do weird. What about the World Cup cap? What? I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah, I saw Jose. I saw Jose. Easy. I never said that I wasn't petty. You know what I mean? Thank you, Mia. So like I never said that. Oh, cute girl, are they supposed to just emerge within like 5 seconds of being live? Are you? Y'all just y'all don't want to go over to listen, for everyone that's watching me on Twitch and TikTok, y'all don't want to go over to the YouTube chat. They're having a day. They're having a day over there. They're like, I'm here, right? Same time every day. Obviously, I haven't been on long. And they're just like, they're just raging at nothing. Hey, Dean. They're literally raging at nothing. He's been on his way, Lillian, for now 10 minutes. So I'll believe it when I see it. Make sure you go to portrait. It's the one that's just having a heyday. Like, is it a real one though, Cherry? You see what I'm saying? Like, I know he was talking to a weirdo. I know I went in there. It would cause a global depression, Manitoba. It is very true. It is very true. Then good for her. You do realize I'm friends with everyone, right? Like, is this supposed to be a thing that hurts my feelings? Like, good for her. I'm friends with her. You know, so the copium is so like big over there. It's insane. Well, thank you, Hector Raiders. We'll see him in a minute. So, what did I do again, Christopher? Exactly. You're literally still here.
We're
Apparently, what's up? There you are.
Whoopsies! Hello.
Oh, you're about to be on screen for everyone else.
Okay.
It's just a voice in the void over here for everybody. Sorry, guys.
We had one hell of a
Oh, I
final
went in
guest
at the
there.
end of that. I heard some of that. I heard
Yeah,
some
that
of it.
was
I was like,
oof,
"Oh, okay. This is something."
it was something. That
I
guy
don't know
was
where to put this
something.
on TikTok now. We'll just put it above my head. Sure, why not? I don't care. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Hold on. So I think I have the right angle. Republicans and Trump suck. Oh, we're getting straight down to business today.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Hold on. This is hilarious. I'm actually gonna read this comment. This is great. Thank you guys for all coming in over from Hector, but this is hilarious. Um, yeah, you live in a content creator commune in Aurora, Colorado.
Oh, like the creator house? What?
Guys, did you know that we all live in Aurora,
Yeah.
Colorado?
Oh, and actually in the same room right now, there's like a wall up, and the wall
Yeah,
separates
it's
our
a fake
booths.
wall, guys. It is a
Hmm.
fake
It's a
wall.
fake
I
wall.
literally, so there's a door at the bottom because I'm short, right? So I don't have to duck very far and I can just walk through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the
There's a whole
copium
wall up, bro.
doesn't stop though. This is great. Wait, where is it?
Diabolical.
She's in a literal it would be democratic commune for streamers. An actual cult starts with a commune like hers. Where
Watch this. I'm about to prove that Ari's in the same room right now. Damn it! You were supposed to stay over there and fist bump me so people see the white hand and think it's Ari. God damn it. Get out.
the white man ruining things. What else is new? I'm kidding. He's Latino.
Oh, shit.
Oh
That was
gosh,
funny.
guys, we're in a commune. We're in a commune.
We're on a communo.
I do blame the fact that like I had a 720 number for a long time and then I check in on Erica and see she's using a 720 number too and I'm like, "Okay, that's funny."
Oh, hell.
By the way, and just so you guys know, that's Denver. Which I mean, Aurora is technically Denver. What's up?
Close enough, right? I'm only in the request on my main for boosting. That's it.
Oh no, I mean it is. It's literally like it's one of those things like you can't tell when you're going from Denver to Aurora. I would know. I used to live in Colorado. But see, I don't know if you realize this, but um this number is El Paso.
Oop.
Yeah, I'm in such a commune in Colorado. My number is from El Paso. Izzy, you were great. Thank you, Izzy. I love you. You were great.
What did
Thank
he
you for
say?
that. He said, "My bad." I liked it. That was hilarious. I like seeing you guys are in a commune, I guess, but someone else doesn't. He doesn't do lives like that anymore.
It was hard to convince the people with the beard. God damn it.
Oh, now this person is saying Erica was doxxed and that we live in a commune. Funny, I know where Erica is at and she's not in Colorado. You guys, like, your level of copium to think that somehow we're all involved in like the circle jerk reality that you want to put us in is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like,
That sounds like an infinite amount of cap and cope.
it's very copy.
Reduce your levels of copium, please. That doesn't sound healthy at all.
It doesn't. Just
on
like
that.
we're reaching for things. I don't know what we're reaching for, but dang, is it just like trying to grab the irrelevant? Oh yeah. Wait, hold on. That's not a Texas accent, but cool story. You're right. I don't have a Texas accent. Yeah, I don't. You want to know why I don't have a Texas accent? It's because I grew up all over the country because I'm a military brat. I hope that helps, right? It's kind of hard to like keep an accent when you live in like a whole bunch of states.
Why would you have a Texas accent? What am I missing right now?
My El Paso phone number.
Oh God.
Listen, she's just like going at it. I don't know who it is, but it's I'm in the hot seat right now. Oh, you right. I'm so scared. Are you scared?
You have some strange folks in your chat. Some very
Nah,
strange
they
folks.
just really want me to bring out the Southern accent again, like, because I can turn on like a light switch because I've lived in the South for a long time. I'm in my third Southern state that I lived in. I don't know if you're aware of the Mason-Dixon line, but I've lived underneath it 3 times. It's just kind of how that goes. So it's not that hard.
They want you to sound like their sisters that they've been eyeing.
They want you to sound like something. I don't know what it is. Right. Yeah. See, Steph is not with me right now, but she says when I talk my normal way of speech, she grew up in Idaho, and I sound like I'm from Idaho. So for y'all that want to put
Idaho.
like a whole, I don't know. I'm not trying to do a Southern dandy. I'm just doing the best I can. Sound like I'm from wherever.
Hey, Ari only has 4 gifts left in her gift gallery. Oopsies,
Oh, I
make
do.
that
That's
3 gifts
insane.
left in her gift gallery.
Ooh.
Title gifter. So how about
Well,
y'all
golly.
clear that?
Ooh,
Y'all clear
thank
that,
you.
all right?
That's right. Yeah, listen to the man. He gave you instructions. You guys are typically good at listening to men. So.
Apparently, I want a vasectomy because I'm a cuck feminist.
Oh,
I thought that was interesting.
I heard the last part of it, and he said something about like you don't know how to pull.
Yeah. I'm a cuck feminist who doesn't know how to pull out. I was like,
It
okay,
was.
all right.
That's also a level of copium in some weird way.
Very much so. It's kind of odd.
Uno, you're from MA, Massachusetts, or is that Maine? Because I know I don't. At least I don't sound like I'm from Boston.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Funny, I never lived in Aurora. So I have a thick Aurora accent, but never lived there. Never lived anywhere close to Aurora. It is Massachusetts. Okay, my bad. Yeah,
He did say because no one taught me. Wow.
Because no one
So-
taught you. Oh, because
Yeah. Apparently,
Shit.
you were supposed to be in there alongside your kid, giving him guidance on when. I don't know. When it comes to like Republican thought processes, it's kind of hard to make sense of it. I don't think they know how much they don't make sense, so I just kind of let them. Sometimes I let them ramble. Sometimes.
Jesus.
It
I
was
mean, I
fascinating.
let them too. All right, but we do have someone. So also hopefully have my settings to avoid the issue that you had with Erica earlier today.
I'm about to find out.
I'm not going to encourage it, so we'll find out.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, it does mean we can't. Yeah, anyways. Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Doing well. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay. And you said that you are no longer supporting Trump?
Yep.
Okay. What is it that made you lose your support?
Well, first and foremost, I wanted to tell that guy below you he's a fucking cuck, and you all should fuck Netanyahu's fat man.
He got yoinked. That's all right. It's probably the same person that thinks that. I think it's the same person that thinks that we're in a Aurora commune, because they also are saying that you're on Grinder and you like men, and it's like, okay, well, I guess you would know, right? Because you just called in Kevin. So, well, we now know cute girl's name is actually Kevin. So thank you for giving yourself away. It's very odd that you think that much of Netanyahu's member. It's listen, if you want to have a fantasy, just go to sleep. Maybe it'll come to you in your dreams. Oh, I just realized something.
I just want to point out that I just got here. I'm catching
Did you?
strays. I didn't even say nothing.
You catch strays all the time, so it is unfortunately
do.
Bill. Well, also thank you, Feisty, for the 10 already kicking us off. So I appreciate that, Feisty. So as you guys see here, we have the daily goal going on. We'll move on to the next individual in a moment. So I have a daily goal going on. Hopefully, if we can clear it, that does guarantee that people that do the work with me behind the scenes also get paid. This is a job. I pay taxes on this. Hector pays taxes on doing this every day. Labor should not be given freely. So if you guys can, well, help a girl out, help a guy out, let's clear out this goal. All right, we'll work on that. And as
Speaking
Hector told
of,
go ahead.
I just want to really quickly thank Feisty for the 5 smooth dome. It's not so smooth right now. I need to clean it up. But W's in the chat to you. Thank you so much, Feisty.
I sent you the video where I
You
poked
did.
at you, right?
You did.
You're
I almost
welcome.
unfriended you, but I changed my mind.
You would never. I would have to do something truly atrocious for that to happen.
You'd have to be a Trump supporter.
Yeah, that would be atrocious. So I agree. All right. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing well. How old are you?
I'm 27 years old and I'm from Kentucky.
All right. And what did you want to call in about today?
I don't know. Honestly, if you're talking politics, I'd love to talk to him, especially someone with a, what do you call it? Someone with a platform. Yeah. So
yeah. What about it?
Last time I talked to someone who was doing something like this, I told them I didn't even vote, right? And I've never voted because I don't believe in voting because I don't think it makes a difference, right? But the screener did say if I was to vote for Kamala Harris or Trump, at the time I did believe that I would vote for Trump. But now I feel like if I did that, I would have been betrayed, right? Because what's going on with the presidency and the administration, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also, my question to you, since we're just getting into the conversation, would be, do you hate people that support him still as much as the people that supported him in his first term?
Hate would be a strong word. I wouldn't necessarily say I hate them. Do I look at them sideways and question what their issue is? Absolutely. So I do question them. So
Right.
It's definitely not a hate thing.
You realize okay, so first of all, I feel the same way as you just explained. The people like me that would have supported him in his first term and did support him from what he was saying, he said he was going to start no more wars, and about how we pulled out of Afghanistan or somewhere in the Middle East, like without leaving all of our weapons to those people that apparently hate America and hate all of our greatest allies, right? Like, it was just a bad thing that happened. I don't know. Can we talk about how Trump is in the Epstein files and there's still people that support him?
Sure. I would like to quickly address what you mentioned about leaving them billions of dollars of military equipment that they can use against us. Can you name a war where we pulled out billions of dollars of military equipment?
It would have to be, okay, so we definitely didn't do that in World War II, did we? Or at what point do we, like, dude, you're trying to argue against someone that is on the same side that you're on. Can you name
I'm
one?
not trying to argue against you. I just asked the question to make a point.
All right, well, then the answer would be no. I don't know any other time we did that. And
Reason
also,
being, it's because it's
what is
common
it?
for us when we're pulling out of places to decommission the equipment because of the cost it would
Right,
be
but also
to
we
bring
left.
all of it
We
back.
also left people.
That's what we
We
did.
left people to die. Did we not?
Those are two different arguments, but yeah, I don't think we were
Right,
able to
but
get everyone
one is
out to
more
the degree that
important.
we wanted.
One
But
is
specifically, your claim was in regards to the military equipment, and that was decommissioned. That's what we do. It's common.
okay. So then the more uncommon thing would be leaving people to die, right?
No, it would have actually cost us more money and potentially more lives if we had sent additional service members into Afghanistan in order to secure the pullout, and it would have made it more complicated, right? They've done studies on this. They've had
Right, but
Senate
are you talking about
committees.
the military equipment? Because I'm talking about the people they
I'm
left to
talking
die.
about the people. It would have
Oh,
cost
okay.
more
So,
money and potentially more lives if they had sent in additional people in order to pull them out. We all
so
acknowledge
then,
that the pullout was handled poorly, but part of that was is they were left a skeleton crew prior to Biden ever coming into office, right? And that was part of the issue is that they were being rolled back, pulled out, pulled out, pulled out, and
right.
it it started under Trump. He's culpable, and it continued under Biden, and he's
100%.
culpable. They fucked it up
100%.
overall, but they don't exactly have an idea of what could have truly avoided it, aside from maybe not releasing the Taliban terrorists from our prison systems.
Right. So, what I wanted to ask you is
Well, not
like,
our prison systems, but
um, so like the money doesn't even matter when it comes to human lives. And check this out.
I don't
You
disagree.
just said that. All right. So the left and the right are both culpable, and our nation would be way better if it was just America first instead of going around and being the bad guy all the time like we are, right? Like we're always the bad guy, but we pretend to be the good guy to the rest of the world. Like we're not. We're protecting our own interests and interests of bad countries and doing bad shit all the time. So like my question to you is, do you support Israel? Because all the Republicans,
I don't
they
support
watch
I don't
TV and they
support
support.
hold on. I don't support the Israeli government and the way that they're handling their business in that region specifically and trying to systematically take over area in the region and territories from other countries. But Israel absolutely the people of Israel have a right to exist, just like the people of Palestine and the people of Gaza have a right to exist.
Okay, so everyone has the right to exist, right? Because well, this is my deep belief that God created us as his children, right?
To
Sure, that's your belief.
All right, so then as a human, you have to believe that we all have the right to exist, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I said.
Right. Well, you just said it was my belief that, but if we're basing it off different things, right? Because apparently, I don't know, the way you just said that you don't believe in God, which is okay, it's fine. But
No, I don't know which God you believe in. So,
all right, so then which do you believe in a God and which God do you believe in? Would be my next question.
very much on the outs on if I believe in God because of a lot of people and the way that the Christian God gets distorted in America specifically.
And how would you say that gets distorted? Like, what distorts it for you?
The way we treat people in our country, the way that we went from Jesus saying feed the people that need food, don't let people starve, to oh we're people don't deserve to eat, food is not a human right, access to water is not a human right, we charge people for water, Jesus wouldn't have charged people for access to water.
And
Let's
God's
see, we
already
treat
given us all the
immigrants like
water.
shit in the United States of America. Jesus said
Right,
welcome in the immigrant just like it was your own because you were once an immigrant in the land of Egypt. Like
right.
all
So
of these
listen,
things happen.
you're
So yeah, no, we
you're
treat
basing.
people like shit.
So
We don't
you're
follow the
correct,
word
a
of
hundred
God
percent correct.
here. So
Yes.
I
So
know
then
I'm
you're
right. I'm
blaming
great.
humans. I know you're right. Just listen to what I have to say. So God already
Bubbles.
gave us enough water, but humans are charging people for water, right? Doesn't make sense, right? And also
That's
feed
my
the
point.
poor.
So let me
Which
reiterate this
which
for you
two?
again. I said that people
No, I
are not
understand
following the word of Christ, like specifically the Christians in the
exactly.
United
So
States.
what?
Those of the Christian faith are not following the word of Christ.
So what two nations in the United Nations decided not to solve world hunger? when it came to a vote. If you answer
United
this
States
one
and
correctly.
Israel voted against water, food, several other things being a human right, voting against what's happening in Gaza to be a genocide. We were well aware of all of this. And I would argue the America First rhetoric somewhat supports some of that because we're prioritizing American interests over other places. That's also used as the justification for American imperialism abroad.
So check this out. Shouldn't every country prioritize their priorities?
Yeah, I think you kind of missed the point that was making, and how specifically under this administration or America as a whole, via its imperialism, would step on other people to justify what our needs or mostly wants are.
What about Gaddafi?
What about him?
You know, he was trying to unite all of Africa. Then Hillary Clinton went over there, then the UK, and then they said, "I came, I saw, I conquered," and he died, right?
Okay.
So that's bad. You understand? We're like in foreign affairs, like deeply, terribly.
Yeah, I feel like American imperialism supersedes party, and I would condemn actions of Hillary Clinton or the Democratic administration abroad, no different from how I would condemn those actions now. I'm just more so focused on the now because the current party in power is trying to bring us back to the things that we were moving away from, specifically compared to the last administration.
Who is your favorite president? Mine's JFK, and he was a Democrat.
I don't necessarily have a favorite president. I'm not gonna lie.
If you could say one,
none
which
of them
one
have
would
been
it be?
progressive enough.
And which one was almost progressive enough? Then you have to, if you're an American and you have
Joe Biden,
really one that modern and that sold out, like, dude. Oh my God, America hasn't been America since fucking, I don't even know how many years, bro. Like,
which America are you referring to?
The one in 1776 when it was founded and when people believed in it, and now people don't believe in it.
That's not a
because
continent.
they shouldn't.
Yeah.
What?
And also that America was the same one that didn't see me as a full person.
Or
that
me.
one. Or her.
Says who?
The one who did not allow her to be able to vote until
1920.
The 20s, the ones who didn't allow her to have her own bank account till the 70s or 80s, marital rape, later.
No fault divorce didn't even end until, in some states, until actually the early 2000s. So.
Mm-hmm.
And you think this hasn't been a problem since the beginning of time?
Why are we going back? Yeah, since the beginning of the United States of America, two individuals on the stream that are talking right now were not considered as full humans, right? Thank you, Just Know. Said marital rape wasn't outlawed until 1993. So, like, I could be married and it would be okay for my husband, if I wasn't feeling well, to just do whatever he wanted because it wasn't a thing.
All right. Do you want me to hate America more because you just said that?
America is the bad guy. I'm not asking you to hate them anymore. I'm just saying, like, our American government's already the bad guy. I don't know.
I know. And you know this too. So you should be able
for people to vote so that we can make it better. So we can continue to turn away from all the things that we can all say was wrong in the past. That's the whole point of our representative democracy.
Sorry, yeah, let me wish bad juju on things. No, Andrew, I don't believe that it's a good thing for people not to go out and use their civic duty and vote, right? Because that's the only way you're actually going to make a change. You say that you think that your vote doesn't matter. Well, that's what they want you to think. The problem is if your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't be trying so hard to disenfranchise voters across the United States of America, specifically our Black friends across the southern states, right? Where they're gerrymandering the fuck out of it. It's not even like, yes, our vote absolutely matters. Our vote absolutely matters. Andrew, I muted you. Our vote matters. I don't care what your opinion is on this. When they're telling you that your vote doesn't matter, please, everybody, reminisce to the 1930s and what happened in Germany and how everyone rose to power, where they didn't think that their vote mattered. They didn't think that it was their job to speak out against something because, well, they weren't coming for them. Andrew, you sound just like somebody would if you were in fucking Nazi Germany, and you need to wake the fuck up. You don't care until it affects you. Well, it's affecting you now because you choose not to engage in your civic duty of getting out and voting. Try, Andrew, I encourage you to actually go get registered to vote. Okay? You think that your vote doesn't matter? It does. People that are disenfranchised from voting, like, you are sort of part of the problem. When you choose not to vote, Andrew, because you think it doesn't matter, you're saying fuck all the other people in the United States. You're resigned to what happens to you, and you're also now putting that your own resignation onto other people. And you probably should wake up from that, okay? Take out your resignation to let whatever happen to you, right? Stop placing that same expectation on other people by you choosing not to vote, because it is a choice. Yeah. All right. Bye. I'm not doing that.
What is the point to all of you voting doesn't matter people? What is the point of you guys having these conversations with political creators? I'm always curious as to why you guys A, circulate these spaces, and B, put so much energy talking about something that you believe is ultimately a waste of time.
Exactly. That's very true. Like, you think it's a waste of time. It's not, right? Like, I'm excited for Claire Velasquez to win her election in fucking New York, right? I believe she's District 7. So I'm excited for her to win, right? Because I've actually read her platform. I wanted to talk to her. I didn't get a chance, but that's okay. Thank you, Savage Mom, for the 2. Said because Hector said so. And then we had... Thank you, Michelle, for the 10, said for the daily goal. So I already took those 2 off. So you see that we're down to 128. So if you guys want to help out on the daily goal, that would be great. So please consider donating. Wow, they Venmo updated, and I don't like that.
In fact, let's play a fun game. First off, thank you to Savage Mom for the $2 on Venmo. Love you, Hector. Thank you so much, Savage Mom. I appreciate you. Let's play the game. This is something I have ongoing, specific with Facts Don't Matter. I'm going to translate over to other creators. You should absolutely be supporting Ari and everything that she does here.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, as a person who's on a separate screen for me to be able to be here and is seeing the complicated details of running this shit, that it takes a lot to put all this stuff up that she has here and manage all these different screens. So if you'd like to support the information, the entertainment, the education that she's supplying you guys on almost a daily basis, please feel free to hit up the links in the bio and send a direct donation. You guys on YouTube can send a super chat or a super sticker. And if you really want to stroke my ego, if you like black people, of course, if you really want to stroke a black person's ego,
okay.
I hate those gifts.
I know what it is now. Now that I know where it's coming from, I can... Sorry, guys, that was loud as... The crazy thing is it is at 28% volume on my computer.
It's still loud as shit.
That's insane. I know how to fix it now, though. So, hell yeah. Yeah.
So Erica had hers hardwired to where she doesn't hear it, and then her live didn't hear it. So I have to figure that shit out on my end.
Oh, no, I'm going to let the live hear it. Y'all want to hear it? Y'all can hear it. It's cool. Y'all want to send the gift and hear it? Oh, no, I'm going to turn it down. It's going to go low. Okay. Yeah. It's already at 28% overall volume, but now it's at... This should help it a lot by being at 17% over there. Goodness, yeah, I've definitely... Damn, I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you so much for the gift, but gosh, Celine was like, chaos!
I
appreciate
So take care of Ari. And if you take care of Ari, make sure any message that you send, if you really want to stroke a black man's ego, make sure that you say, because Hector said so. Any and all donations that you send to her, super chat or through the links, you have to say, because Hector said so, because it will make me feel better, okay? And if you don't do it, you're probably a bigot. I don't know. Say, because Hector said so. I want to see what we get. Thank y'all.
And
What
also,
up, Matt?
we only have a few gifts left in the gift gallery over on TikTok, and I'm just putting up gifts that I've never seen before because I'm amused in life. So, yeah, if they want to hear their music, they can hear their music. It's okay. But now I know where it's coming from. I see it. I see it. Actually, that makes life so much easier, though, to be honest. Okay. I'm so glad that didn't happen last night. Sorry. I'm so glad that didn't happen last night while I was on. So thank God they weren't here. Um, wow. JP using their membership renewal to say because Hector said so. All right. Wow. That's funny. Yemi, thanks for being a mod for 6 months over on Twitch. That's cool. Okay. We have another person that didn't vote. It's very interesting.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, doing okay. How's your day going?
It's doing all right. How about yours?
So I mean, currently having dinner right now while watching the stream. So, but yeah, I mean, the dude wasn't entirely wrong. He just didn't elaborate much, and I have my own personal reasons as to why, and kind of stuff from what I've observed so far. The reason why I say voting doesn't matter, but that is not just the only solution. Like this is my personal belief, and everyone is entitled to their own thing. The only thing that needs to happen is for the entire system to be torn down and then rebuilt from the ground up.
I would
Because
disagree already. I would start with actually replacing it as it is, right? So like it doesn't need to be torn down and then rebuilt. Okay, that's cute. It needs to we need to have a replacement ready for it, and then we can remove the old laws. You can't tear it down, leave nothing in its place, and then slowly put things back in. That doesn't work.
I mean, the founding fathers did it. Why can't we?
That was the start of our nation. So you wanna secede from the United States of America and restart?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like
That's what it
completely
would
tear
take.
down this entire thing because it's already corrupt as it is. And there's nothing that anyone could say like, oh yeah, we could put in another person, but who's to say that person isn't controlled by a foreign influence?
Okay,
You already
American
see
government
like
as it sits
how
right now. American government as it sits right now gets torn down. We start another one. What's to stop that one from being corrupted?
that's why there should be a policy that says no foreign influence whatsoever. You either are a citizen
Yeah,
to
we already have
America.
laws against that,
Yep,
and then people find ways around it.
all the time.
And then what happens when the lobbyists once again put money towards changing some of those laws to allow them to have more influence? Because here's what
That's
you
pretty
guys
much
keep missing about this tear down the system conversation. Every single system is going to be open and susceptible to corruption. For as long as greed and evil exists, someone's going to find a way to fuck it up. That's how that works. There's no such thing as a utopia where people don't lie and cheat and kill and steal and everything else. Every single way we can, the human beings can, we're going to find a way to get around these things, unless you want to advocate for just yeeting people off the bat the second they show any signs of stuff. So have fun with that, authoritarian lovers. So if that's going to be the problem, no matter what we do, because we live in a world where all those things are rampant and someone's going to want to try to ruin it, why don't we work within the system that we have? Why don't we elect the people that want to change it from the inside, and many people working on the outside as well, so it can more accurately reflect the average American versus the oligarchs and the greedy and the rapists and everyone else?
Well, that's what most people thought with this current election or the previous election, but it turns out they're all the same. It's kind of like second verse.
Yeah, 77 million people refuse to acknowledge the things that he said on the campaign trail that very much showed he was going to do exactly what he did after winning.
Yeah, that's why I don't belong to either party. Because I believe same point, they're all controlled by a central figure. Not to mention that I did my research on most of the politicians. It doesn't matter which side of the aisle they're on. All of them are dual citizens to a foreign entity, and I'm like, well, like that kind of defeats the purpose.
Not. The fuck is he talking about?
I'm dead serious. Do your research. Look at most of these politicians. A lot
Jasmine
of them have
Crockett is not a dual citizen to any other country.
Also, you can be
Yes,
a dual citizen by having by being part of a tribe. I
no,
don't know
most
if
of
you
these.
realize that. Claire
Okay,
Valdez
if
in
you're
New York is considered a dual citizen because she's a part of a tribe. She has her
a
tribal citizenship.
Native American tribe, okay, that's different. If you're part of a tribe
Okay, but
within
you're
the United
saying
States,
dual citizen like it's a bad thing, but you have a general misconception already of what it is, right? So, like, you can just be like, yes, they're a dual citizen because they're a member of a tribe. That occurs every day, right? Like, so you can't just say blanket dual citizenship because you're going to scare people. And if you just type in, is so and so a dual citizen? Yes, they're a dual citizen. And if you don't read further than that, then you're scaring people to think that we shouldn't have indigenous Americans in our.
okay, I meant foreign nation, not foreign tribe, but a foreign nation.
Technically, it is a nation.
I mean, to each their own, I guess. I mean,
It
if
it
it's a
is
tribe, I don't
they are
consider them a foreign
nations.
nation. They're still within the United States, and that's fine. That's completely fine with me. But if you're of dual citizenship to another foreign country, like say, for example, either Korea or let's say Germany, let's say Africa, then no, you cannot serve in office because your priority should be to the United States first and foremost, not
It
somewhere
is.
else.
They're in the United States.
Well, most of these politicians that I see have dual citizenship ties to Israel, and that's why I've been seeing a lot of
You're
them been lobbying
wrong.
for Israeli
Not
interests.
to
And I'm
mention,
like, no,
why should someone's dual citizenship stop them from being a politician?
because
What about having dual
they're gonna
citizenship
have a conflict of
negates
interest.
your interest in American politics and bettering the American country that you would run for a seat in?
Because let's ask a lot of these different politicians that have dual citizenship ties to Israel. What has their policies or priorities have been? It's
You
always
didn't answer my
Israel,
question.
Israel.
You didn't answer my question. Not to mention, you're making an argument against dual citizenship in Israel. You are knocking dual citizenship as a whole. So I'm asking you, how does someone's dual citizenship negate their impact on American politics or the fact that they ran in America for a political seat?
It's a conflict of interest.
What makes dual citizenship a conflict of interest?
Because you're going to want to, like, if you want to have a policy I guess like a foreign policy or whatever that favors your country instead of the country that you are currently residing in, wouldn't that be a
If that policy is beneficial, a United States relationship with like good trade with India or whatever country you reside in, then I don't see what the issue is. If it's sharing intelligence, I don't see what the issue is. If it's increasing our soft power, I don't see what the issue is, because all of that ultimately benefits the United States, and their dual citizenship would not be a detriment to us. Ultimately, they're not a politician in that country, they're a politician in this one.
Just real quick, this is to butt in because Michael wants to like yell in the comments. Michael, certain tribes, right? When you're in a certain part of a certain indigenous tribe, you're automatically an American citizen at birth. Not all tribes operate the exact same way within federal law. So, Michael, please learn something. So, like here right now, this is from localcandidates.org. Assembly member Claire Valdez is a union organizer, blah, 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 blah. A dual citizen of the Yazlet del Sur Pueblo Nation and the United States. A dual citizen. Michael, try to look things up before you just yap. I know you're really good at yapping in my comment section, but you do not know enough about indigenous history to say that shit. So anyways, no, I don't think that there is an issue with somebody having dual citizenship to another country. You're like, it is what it is. If people want to be like retain their citizenship with another country, or they were because they were born in, let's say, to a German parent and an American parent in Germany, why can't they have it?
Not to mention, all the people who take APAC funding, a lot of people who take APAC funding or cuck to Israel don't have dual citizenship. So he's basing this off of just this weird concept that if you have dual citizenship, your priorities are not aligned with the United States. That's a ridiculous talking point. You can have dual citizenship so you can benefit from several citizenship options in another country when it comes to your property, when it comes to education, when it comes to universal health care in Canada, so on and so forth. These could be reasons why someone could want or benefit from dual citizenship without taking away from the fact that they're literally running for a seat or are in a seat in the American government. This is a weird talking point.
It's a very weird one. I don't have any issues with anyone having a dual citizenship, right? Like, okay, you're here in the United States. You are like if they have to go through extra steps to prove that they've lived in the United States for the last, I don't know, let's just say 5 to 10 years in order to be accepted as being able to run for Congress, sure. I'm not sure I would have an entire issue with that, but there is no issue in general with dual citizenship.
So you don't believe that somehow it doesn't compromise them at all? Like, say, for example, that foreign nation wants them to say, hey, we want you to do or just push forward policies that benefit only us, but not the American people, like just us, our people, our country.
Can you give me an example of that?
They are our people. They are our country.
No, I'm talking about the foreign nation. So I'm going back to Israel because this is the most prominent one currently. Like, most of these people are saying Israel first. Like, we should defend Israel wholeheartedly with our very fiber of our being, even though they have done nothing for us. We've been giving them trillions upon trillions of dollars every year, and yet they have given us nothing that is remotely beneficial except push us into more wars. So that's why I'm saying, like,
billions.
I'm very, very cautious and very, I guess, very against dual citizenship, is because this sort of example. Now, with your candidate, like, don't get me wrong, like, good for her, let her do it.
I mean,
it
I'm not
doesn't.
in New York. I was just saying I support her platform.
Well, I mean, good for them, and I hope, like, she makes it, she wins, and good for them. Like, if she gets to where she needs to be, and I hope she does well for her constituents. But in regards to, I guess, like, the federal government and I guess like the House and the Senate or whatever, and I see a lot of these politicians have a dual citizenship ties, or they're at least like take APAC money and whatnot. That's the thing that really irks me severely. That's why, and then you say, like, oh, the people who don't vote, is because most of these people are controlled by these very lobbyists and, I guess, organizations. And I'm like, no. Like, there's very, very few candidates nowadays that I firmly believe has, I guess, like, my interest and the interest of the American people at heart. So I'm just like,
Nancy
no, I'm
Mace
not.
doesn't have dual citizenship to Israel or any other country. Lindsey Graham doesn't have dual citizenship or to Israel or any other country. Ted Cruz, one of the biggest Zio folks, does not have. Oh, wait a minute. Where'd your live go?
Oh, I had a it was freezing up, so
Oh,
yeah, we're
weird.
good. We're still everywhere else.
Got you. Ted Cruz, one of the biggest Zionists in Republican Congress, does not have dual citizenship to Israel or any other country. I don't know what your point is. Your association with citizenship and the loyalty is ridiculous.
Wait,
You can't
did
even
you say
substantiate
Ted
that point.
Cruz? Because I think
Ted
Ted Cruz
Cruz.
has dual citizenship with Canada.
Hold on. Let me double check that. I think I looked up Israel. So what I'm seeing here.
No, I think he is Canadian.
So his mom initially held automatic dual citizenship, but he renounced it. So he
Gotcha.
renounced it in 2014. But you're correct, he did have it until he renounced it.
Okay, good for him.
Point is, their dual citizenship does not correlate to this loyalty to some other country. You can't even substantiate it. I think your issue more so would be related to APAC funding.
No, I'm pretty firm on my belief that the dual citizenship, like, I firmly believe it does
Wrong.
compromise them.
You can be
at
as
one
firm as you
way.
want to. I just want to point out the fact that you're dead wrong. You came up and you said most of them in Congress have dual citizenship. That was dead
Was
wrong.
incorrect,
You
yeah.
associated it with some loyalty to Israel or any other country. You were dead wrong. So you want to stand firmly in being wrong, by all means, continue to do so. You can't even substantiate your own beliefs, which is
No, and
different
I
from
believe you're dead
fact.
wrong too. But I mean, you could believe
You
what
can
you
keep
want to
saying
believe.
I'm dead wrong. I literally just looked it up. You're talking out of your ass. That's the difference.
So, Chris, are you registered to vote?
No, I'm not, because
Oh, well, then fix it.
well,
Yeah. If you're not even registered to vote, just fucking fix it. Like, okay. Vote them
Goodness
out.
gracious.
You have issues with people having dual citizenship, vote them out. Yeah. I had to restart the stream on TikTok because it was like basically blinking in and out, and that was gonna bother everyone, and I know it because it was bothering me, and I wasn't even there. So if you
We
want to bring
back.
back your account, it's back up
Oh,
though.
in the request.
2.5 seconds. You know what I mean? Hello? Where are you? Not you. There we go.
The guy who said no need to insult the man, he was saying wrong things. I said he was saying wrong things. And to be proven wrong and stand on ignorance is a very dumb thing to do. That's not
It's
an
so weird.
insult. That's stupidity. If I say 2 + 2 is 7, I'm corrected to show that it's 4, and I continue to say, well, it's my belief that it's 7, I'm being dumb. Whoever calls me dumb isn't insulting me. They're pointing out the obvious. Jeebus.
Yep.
What are we doing?
Thank you, Ty, and again, welcome back to the U.S., back to our soil of home for you. Thank you, Ty, for the 10 gifted subs over in Twitch. Bishop said, I think the United States was founded on some amazing principles, and slowly over time it has been changed to fit those principles. Yeah, we've also lost the plot to a degree. Hold on, this is funny. We have Lay's official chiming in to say, to caveat on your co-host point, what most Americans want to represent them is a politician offering universal single-payer Lay's chips. Do you all want Lay's chips? That's what we're saying that. Also, Kappa wants to remind everyone to listen to Hector, like Brandy did, was saying thank you. Fuck ice FDJT. So we appreciate that, Brandy. All right. We've
Did have one here.
Yeah, go.
Shout out to Crystal for the $4 Venmo. Africa is not a country. Correct. You cannot have citizenship to a damn continent because Hector said so. That was for Ari, but thank you. W's in the chat to you. Appreciate you support.
We'll just point out the fact that people still say America and it's the United States. So that's why I've started sort of poking at them by saying which one, because they get very confused. What I mean.
I catch myself doing that too. I need to do better. Because they repeat it so much, I just repeat it back.
I mean, I've done it too, but when I remember, I'm just like, which one? The United States, yo. Anyways, yeah, single payer Lay's chips. Fuck yeah, exactly, Brit. You get it. Or Bit, sorry. All right. Hi, how are you?
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. My grandpa passed away today, so
I'm sorry for your loss.
that's all right. No, I came across, I really don't go on YouTube lives, and I was just scrolling and I came across, and I just wanted to bring up the subject that I did vote for Trump, and I do consider myself a conservative, and I'm 26, he let us down, and I know I'm not the only person who feels that way. I mean, I can't be, right?
I mean, if we supported Donald Trump at any point in time, sure, I would agree that he's let us down, but I think he's just proven, unfortunately, the people that
I
voted
think he's
against
fucking
him
retarded.
correct. Okay. Yeah, we don't use slurs, so have a great day. Okay. If you guys voted for do what?
I said, okay then.
Yeah, you just said I think like just right there, just doing it right on out, and yeah, that was great. Yeah, no one had to say that exactly, Jay. We didn't have to say that exactly. Okay. If you guys have a different opinion about the dual citizenship, that's fine. I personally don't see a problem with it. If that's why I said if you want to put some kind of like maybe say that they had to have been here for the last 10 years in order to run for Congress or even maybe longer. Well, they couldn't if they could for president. Even longer for president, then fine, do that. But if someone's been here like since they were 7 years old, right? They moved back to the United States at 7 years old, and they were already a U.S. citizen, and then they've lived here for the last 30 years of their life. How is it going to hurt you for them to retain their dual citizenship and work in Congress? They've been here for 30 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like Ted
Like,
Cruz renouncing his Canadian citizenship. What did that do for him? What
I
did that
mean,
prove?
I
Like,
guess
that's
he
just
gets to go
weird
to
or
Cancun.
symbolic.
That's what I got on that one. Get to go to Cancun now.
I think people to make real arguments against the things that they hate so much because,
That's true.
oof.
Try to. All right, but we do have. Hi, how are you?
Yes, Glenn speaking.
Hi, Glenn. How old are you?
44.
Awesome. What did you want to add to the conversation, Glenn?
Well, I was going to change topics, so I didn't know how long you guys were going to be, but I could
Sure.
talk about dual citizenship too, which is not a problem. I'm
I'm
mixed,
good to change
so
topics entirely.
okay. So we can flip, like I said, we can go to 5 different topics. It wouldn't matter. You know what I mean? However you guys want to flow with the show.
Okay. What's your primary topic? I guess we'll start there.
Well, like I said, you asked me prior. I mean, I'm a MAGA supporter. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm a conservative.
Yeah.
And I've lived everywhere. I'm mixed. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Irish, so we could talk about that. I mean, and I'm combat veteran. So how do you want to play this game?
Why
I
do you
mean,
still
I've lived
support Trump?
everywhere, and I think I'm living life to the fullest. So I don't understand why we don't come together as Americans. I don't care Democrat or Republican, but I know I'm a hardcore conservative. So there will be very hard differences. So
Okay.
whatever
What are
you
your
want to
thoughts
pull
on
up,
your
I have
dollar
no problem
having less
talking.
value than it did at the end of Biden's term?
I'm sorry?
What are your thoughts on your dollar having less value than it did compared to the end of Biden's term?
Why would my dollar doesn't have less value from the Biden? My personal dollar doesn't. Like I said, we could do stats, but my dollar hasn't personally.
It literally
Because I know
would.
how to invest in stocks and things like that. Not everyone's that fortunate. I'm just saying.
The stock market hasn't grown at the same rate as it did under Biden, for one, so that's not true. Two, the value of the US dollar dropped 11% for the world value, so that's what Hector was referring to.
Yes, I understand that. No, I understand, but my
So,
dollar didn't, okay, so I lost 10 cents to the dollar. I understand how the stock market works. 11 cents, but I'm just rounding it to even
that's
numbers for
fine.
people. And understand that. I get 90 cents to my dollar. I get that.
Okay. And then if you're looking at real wages and the fact that inflation has outpaced wage growth, that's what I mean also compared to the end of Biden's term when inflation was 3%, exactly 3% in January versus the 4.2% that it is now. That's what I meant.
Okay. I know, I understand that, and I do understand percentages. That I do understand. When it comes to money, I can't pass a math test, but I can pass when it comes to paying my bills. I understand how to do that. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go and to fact check with you guys. I'm not gonna be Googling everything, and I'm not here to debate that. I'm here to be like, living in America is a great way, because I could tell you easily, I could turn any 18-year-old and to be a millionaire by the time they're 40, easily. That's an able working human being in America, easily. I mean, I could debate that.
I'm glad you have the ability slash the privilege
I
to
don't
make
have
all of your
privilege.
money
I'm
back.
I'm I'm third generation from Bronx. I was born in Harlem. I don't have no privilege. I worked for every dollar I ever made, every dollar, and then some. So when you talk privilege, don't do that with me. And I'm
You
mixed.
have financial
So
privilege, sir, is what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
that's
There
not
are
a privilege.
different.
That's called work. No, there's a difference. See, that's socialism. That's not privilege. That's work. I
That's not
worked for it.
socialism either.
Well, I'm not with that either. Mine comes from 2 combat tours. That's how I make money. I made it from there and then on, and studying
But
and
you're
work.
not a millionaire. You're not a millionaire yet.
I'm a millionaire. I said I could turn an 18-year-old by 40 into a millionaire. So get that correct, man. Just so you know. No, yeah, I am. My son has generation. He has wealth already put away, growing as we speak. He's not a millionaire. He's got 6 figures put away, just growing. It's really not that hard to do.
Yeah, so as Ari was saying, you have the privilege of not only that information, but the finances to brag on this platform about
Yep.
that. That's how privilege
Yeah, no,
works.
but I
You're
came
looking
with,
at
and you know
privilege
what
as
I
being
had?
some kind of negative
I had about eight
when
hundred
it's not.
dollars in my
I'll
pocket
go
when I was
over with
20 years
you.
old.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. I'll go over some of my privileges. I'm
Go
privileged
ahead.
enough to work from home. I'm privileged enough to work for myself. I'm privileged enough to not to have some of the financial hangups that other people do. Although I do have some credit cards I got to clear. So that's privilege. No one said that I didn't
Okay,
work for that
I could
privilege,
agree with
but it's
if
still
that's your term for
privilege in and
privilege,
of
but I
itself.
thought you were gonna get to the race card, like I have white privilege or this privilege.
No,
I
it's
did that
financial
coming out
privilege.
of the
There's
Bronx.
different levels of privilege, right? I can be told all day, every day that I have pretty privilege because so it doesn't really matter. There are
Because
different
you're a
kinds
woman
of
and you might be
privilege.
attractive, so you might get something better than a man. So feminine, masculine privilege. I could understand. I understand where you're going with that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But
So you have
see, this is the
financial
marriage. This is
privilege
not the
because
point. That's the point I'm getting at.
not
But we all
everybody,
have the
not
same opportunity. That's
everybody, no,
America.
they don't. They don't all have the same opportunities, right? Can everybody just simply invest in the stock market if they live paycheck to paycheck?
Yes, 100%. 100%. Everybody from the Bronx, Harlem, where I don't care. If you're in Tennessee, I could find you a way to make your life better. I'm telling you, 18 by 40 if you follow simple. America doesn't owe anybody, a citizen, anything. America gives you the opportunity.
You missed
Do
that
you
one.
understand how that works? The only thing that you're given is the opportunity to make something better for yourself. That's what America gives you. Can we agree on that?
No.
Why would we not agree on that?
67% of American citizens live paycheck to paycheck, meaning that they do not have extra income just laying around to do whatever they want with it, right? And then, yes,
Correct.
it's only 58% of
And why are they
United
doing
States
that? And
adults,
why are they doing that? Do
58%,
you look at
58%, 58% of United States adults invest in the stock market. Only about 54% of that 58% actually, 54% of US citizens even have retirement plans, right? So 401k, IRAs,
your
whatsoever.
401k
But the
and
thing is
IRA?
that
I
and these
understand
are,
all
we're
of
just
that. Yes,
talking
ma'am.
about adults, right? The majority of adults in the United States of America
Well, you're an
live
adult at
paycheck to
18. You're
paycheck.
18, you can
I'm
vote.
still
That's an adult.
talking. Please,
Go. Yes,
maintain
ma'am.
some decorum. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
The majority of American citizens live paycheck to paycheck, meaning that they don't have extra capital laying around. Your question of what are they doing that they live paycheck to paycheck is irrelevant. We don't know every single individual person's financial situation or the situation that they've got going on. That part's irrelevant because now you want to denigrate them to some degree. But yet we already know that while we have a 4.2% unemployment rate right now, the reason why it ticked down from 4.3 to 4.2 isn't because less people are unemployed. It's actually because more people are unemployed, but more people have stopped looking for jobs because the job market is such ass with all the ghost jobs that are posted by jobs to get some incentive on LinkedIn, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, etc. Right? So
Okay. And I call
people
that
don't
like
have the
you could
capital.
start from. I'm sorry, where I come from, you start by mopping the floor.
I know,
Does
you
that
just
make
pick
sense?
yourselves up by
You
your
just don't get.
bootstraps.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
I
you don't get
know.
where I am from. You're not where I'm at. From the, like, you start by mopping the floor. Is that correct? Or are you gonna tell me that like I'm like degrading
Sure, that
somebody?
worked for you, Glenn. That cannot work for everybody. What do you say to somebody that has scoliosis or that has a
I said
52-degree
every able
curve?
working body. I said
You can
someone
still
who's
work
able
with
working. That means
scoliosis, sir. You
physically.
can still work
I
with
know what scoliosis
scoliosis.
is, ma'am.
Yeah. You can still work with
Okay.
scoliosis. So that's what I'm saying. What do you say to somebody? Because now you just said that they're not fully able to work, right? But
Well,
you
that's
can
just a
still work.
percent. Like go ahead.
No, I'm asking you. Like I asked you, what about somebody with
Well,
scoliosis?
like I
You just said that I'm talking
I
only about
would.
people that are fully able to work. When we're talking about
I
adults,
I just told you. I
67%
gave
that
a
work
comment,
67% paycheck to paycheck, only
and you
58% are
gonna
able to
tell me
invest in the stock market.
67% of people? No. You answered my
At
question there.
least 17%,
67% of
at least
Americans are
17%,
disabled.
at
Are
least
you kidding me?
17%, at least 17% of the United States not United States, 17% of all recipients of SNAP benefits have disabilities. At minimum, 17% of all SNAP recipients have disabilities.
17. So how do you get to 60? So that means 50% to
You're
work. It's like your
confusing.
math ain't mathing, lady.
No,
That
Glenn.
means 50%.
No, I muted you because you're not listening. I said 67% of United States citizens live paycheck to paycheck. I did not say in any time that they all have disabilities. Also, Hector, your backup fell off. So, right? That's not what I said. You are like mixing the things together for whatever reason. So let's try this again. We can try to reset this conversation a little bit because that's not what I said.
Also, to support Ari's point with the ghost jobs, according to Resume Up, roughly 30% of them are fake.
I'm
30%.
here.
What's available on the job market as of September 2025?
Yep.
It's a third. That's crazy. So, again, not everyone has the same opportunities. That's just how the world works. That's an unfortunate reality that we live in. And the Trump administration is actively encouraging less opportunities compared to their predecessor with their actions.
And the idea of just saying that everyone can start the same way you did is honestly a pipe dream. It's something that started with Reaganomics, right?
Are we still here?
Yeah, we've been here though. We've been here.
Okay, I didn't want to interrupt you, and I didn't know if you I heard a beep, and I didn't. I just wanted to leave you and let you, have the floor. Go ahead. Yes, ma'am. Reaganomics. I'm tracking.
Yeah, that's about when everything changed when it came to our economy, where things started costing more, inflation started increasing. Granted, I wouldn't say it was a high inflation percentage, right? But things started to cost more. They started to charge more for housing. They started to charge
But that
more
would
for
happen under
education.
Democrats as well, correct? I mean, when inflation isn't that
didn't
going to
say
happen under Democrats?
didn't make that claim.
The
I didn't say you
inflation
made
point that
that
I
claim. I was
referenced was
asking a
Donald
question.
Trump's
I was asking a
was Donald
question. I
Trump's
didn't
direct
state that you
influence
said
on the
anything.
high inflation rate that we're dealing with. That's the difference. Inflation being high under Donald Trump or Joe Biden doesn't negate the point that I was making, which was Donald Trump's direct actions that led to the increase of inflation from the low that it was at the end of Biden's term. That's the
Okay,
point.
I'll go with you because you have facts with that. I just don't. I mean, it's an opinion. It's not a fact, so you don't fact check me. I just feel under Trump that we're in a better position than any Democrats that we have or the Republican Party.
By what metric?
And yes, Like I said, I don't feel like there's a Democrat that would have put us in a better situation than we are today.
Again, by what metric would you say that we're in a better position?
Well, I get a better position. I can tell you by who would be the president right now for the Democratic Party. Kamala
Yeah,
Harris.
I don't
mean,
think you
seriously.
understand what a metric is. When I ask by what metric would
Yeah,
you
I
say
don't. I'm
that
from
we're in a
America.
better position?
Actually, I do know metrics. I do know how far 5K is. But okay, we don't go by that. We go by inches. Like
We're
really,
Oh
my
my
man, we're
fucking God.
Americans.
no,
We live by a whole
no,
different
okay,
system, my
fine,
man.
fine, okay.
Yeah.
By what? How are you saying? Like, what part of the economy are you saying would be worse if we had a different president? We'll
What
try
do you
that.
mean? In what way would they make it better? I don't see them. I don't see them the better out because they're not there. So it would just be a hypothetical. I'm saying they're not gonna. I don't see Democrats doing anything better for the country. So why would I not be a Republican and be strong with my president? And
Cool.
by the
How
way,
is
I
how is
fought under
okay?
Democrats, and they're the
What
worst.
part? Okay.
I
What
can give you a
part? Okay,
thousand
no,
ways from
Glenn,
Sunday over
Glenn, it's
that
fine.
one.
Okay, we'll start it this way. In what part of the economy, right? A unit of measure of the economy that
Well,
we actually measure
I know
our
I know what
economy
you were
on,
asking with metrics.
about how strongly we measure our economy, is better under Donald Trump right now than it was under Biden.
How it was better? What you forgot about the eggs? You didn't see that crisis that Trump just cleaned up?
Fucking eggs.
How did
When
he?
this
How
guy,
did Donald Trump solve the avian flu?
he was in office, right? So he cleaned it up. I don't see Biden wasn't in office. Biden couldn't even wake up from a nap. We're
How
talking
did
about
no
that
no no
guy.
no no? Let's
The
try this
guy,
again.
the
Hold
guy.
on, Glenn.
We can
How
go
did
and
Donald Trump solve the avian flu?
That's not my problem. It was fixed, right? Eggs are back down and right. Yeah. Well, do you remember getting a bacon, egg, and cheese for $7, $8? Well,
Eggs
it
are
went back
down.
down, didn't
Eggs
it?
are down by 50 cents,
Well,
guys. But my beef is up
well,
by $3
you
a
were
pound.
telling we were talking about 10 cents a minute ago. Go ahead.
Eggs are down by 50 cents, but my beef is up by $3 a pound.
Okay. Well, then eat pork. What do you want me to tell you? Oh, I'm sorry. Does that offend Muslims? Like, I'm gonna care. Well, I mean, what are you talking
Where
about?
is
Eat
this going?
chicken. What's the problem? Well, figure it out. Eat
Poultry
rice
is
and
also
beans. I don't
increased
care.
in
Be a
price.
vegetarian.
Poultry is also increased in price. Like, wait. So the solution is wait.
I
Did
didn't
you
tell
eat?
you. I didn't even
Wait,
tell you to eat
hold
meat.
on, Glenn. Did you
Go
eat
ahead.
eggs while Biden was president?
I'm sorry. Did I eat eggs when Biden was president?
Yeah.
No, I stopped for a while. I stopped eating eggs
Oh,
when
because
they
the
were like
prices were too high.
$5, $6 for like whatever it was for a dozen. I'm not paying that.
$1.59 is too expensive for millionaire Glenn.
Why do you think you stay a millionaire? You know how to put your money away. My money's for my family. I live
outta
a
here.
very conservative life. See, that's the problem. You think
is
because
too
I'm paid?
expensive
Oh,
for
I'm
a
paid.
millionaire.
I got what I
See with
have,
this
and I can buy
shit.
what I
That's
need.
exactly I don't believe
Don't
you're
you
a
know
millionaire.
that? You don't even
There.
know about money.
Power
What, just
up,
because I
and you
have
think
money,
that
you
should
think
stop
I
you from
just
buying eggs because of a
splurge?
dollar as a literal millionaire. I don't believe for a fucking second you're a millionaire now.
You don't
No
believe?
way.
Yeah, now you're gonna call a Marine a liar, and I'm telling you, I can make you a
Your
liar by
service has
40.
nothing to
But
do
all
with it.
right.
Your service doesn't mean that you can't lie.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Yes, for my service it does. You don't understand how Marines work. We actually take it. That's the problem. People like you don't take an oath for this country. You don't care about America.
You don't know
You just
anything
come
about
up with
me.
some Google
You don't know anything about
nonsense and
me.
come after people. You're
You
not
don't know
gonna come
anything
after.
about me, sir.
No, you
I didn't
can't.
make
No,
that
what
assumption.
you did,
The
what you're
thing
doing is
is
coming
that
after my
you
integrity.
think no one's coming after
No,
your
you're coming after my
integrity.
integrity.
You
That's fine.
the thought that okay, so you swear to God on heaven, you swear on your mama's
I
grave,
swear to
you swear
God
on your
every day of
mama's
my
grave.
life.
Sorry, you swear on your daughter's. Do you have kids?
I have a son.
You have
I don't
okay.
have a daughter.
You
I have a
swear on
son,
your
which, yeah, I
son's
swear.
life that you never lie. Hand to God, hand to Bible. Swear on your son's life you've never lied once in your whole life.
lie about like what real stuff that we're talking now about what's in my bank account? No,
Oh,
I don't lie
now
about
we're
that. It's
shifting the
fact.
goalposts on what he
Yeah, we're
lies
giving
about.
college
I'm
players.
a
Yeah, we're
Well,
giving
Marine. We
yeah.
college
don't
Where am I?
players.
lie.
Where
I'm
am
a
I going
Marine. We
on
don't lie. I
deployment?
took a
No.
different kind of oath.
No,
We
I'm
don't
going on a
lie.
long vacation. Yeah. White lies because they don't even know what I'm doing for work. Yeah.
It's also
White
one of
lies,
the.
of course. And who
That's still a
doesn't do that?
lie.
But
Oh,
no,
okay. So you
I've
do
never
lie.
cheated
So
on
you
my
do
wife.
lie.
No. So
Woo! We
come on.
got there. We got there.
I
You do
lie.
lie.
No.
You do
You
lie.
broke your
No, I
oath. You
lie.
got
What do you want?
liar.
Let's talk. I can tell you how to make $1 million. You just don't even want to know. Every
I
able-bodied
know
American,
you got $1
easy
million because you
peasy.
don't buy eggs. That's what it is. Sorry. No, he can't buy
Well,
the
then guess
eggs.
what?
He
Then you
can't buy
eat
the
grits.
eggs, Hector,
Then you eat
because
some
his
microwave
million
grits. You eat
is
rice and
it's just
beans. What are you
just
talking
99
about?
cents over that million mark. That's the reason why he can't buy eggs, because if he bought eggs, it would drop below $1 million.
It's those goddamn oat milk lattes. That's the problem with these kids today.
Okay,
It's
I
them
don't eat.
goddamn
I don't
oat
drink
milk
oatmeal
lattes, and
lattes,
that's why you
homie.
can't save nobody.
No,
God
I've
damn.
already tell you. I drink. See, that's the problem. You hate real conservatives that get to drink beer all day, eat bacon
You
cheeseburgers.
want to
They
drink
got their
beer? Drink
pistols
beer.
and
Nobody
able to carry
cares.
their
Talking about?
firearms, and you
Who the
can't
fuck
do a
cares
damn
what you?
thing about it. That you hate America. That's the problem. You
How?
hate.
What makes
Would
you
you
think
fight
that?
for the flag? I'll
Glenn,
die for the flag. You want me to? You want
Glenn,
me to put my
you're
son's life on the
stop
line for that?
crashing
Because
out.
I will.
Yeah, stop crashing out. How
I
are
crash. I'm
what
giving you facts.
what have we said that shows that we hate America? Be
Oh, you
specific.
don't have no love for America.
Be
There's not one.
specific. That's not what I
Why?
said.
If
No,
the flag
Glenn,
drops, you
Glenn,
willing to give
listen
your
to the
life for it?
words.
No, you wouldn't.
Glenn, listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth as I'm asking you
Yeah,
this question.
I hear the words.
Yeah, okay. So you hear them, but you're not comprehending them.
Well,
What
I'll
have
comprehend
we
just fine.
said? You're apparently not if you're not capable of answering. What have we said that shows that we hate the United States?
Wait, you have you. I know you're opposed to the war. You're opposed to it, right?
It's what war? We're not in war. Congress
What
hasn't
war?
declared a
Okay,
war
now we're
anyways.
not in war. Like we're
So,
not hanging around
yeah.
then. Okay.
Yeah, Congress hasn't declared war anyway. So
Oh,
what have we
Congress,
said
please, you
on
want to
this
fact check
live?
me?
What
You
have
don't have
we
to.
said? What have we said on this live that shows that we do not like the United States or care for the United States of America?
I know you wouldn't protect it. That's all. I just know
That
by how you
oh, okay,
react
so
to
you
things.
are making an assumption.
No, you
What
made an
what do they
assumption
say
that I
about
don't have $1 million. You
assumptions?
just made an assumption I'm not $1 million. I could give you 10 things. You just right off. Oh, he ain't
If
a
you can't
millionaire.
afford
Yeah,
eggs,
your
then
buddy
yeah, you're
over there.
probably
Yeah,
not a
I could drop
millionaire.
cash all day, but what does that prove? That's
If you
nonsense.
can't afford
I would
eggs,
never
yeah,
do
you're
that because I'm
probably
a
not a
grown.
millionaire. I feel like that's
What are you
fair.
talking? Millionaires just don't drop money for no reason. Like that's
Oh my
stupid.
god.
I'm saying you can make.
Dropping money on eggs, a
I could do
strong
that
source
in
of
your
protein
face for
and
like
key
what? What do they call that?
vitamins. You're
For
sitting
you,
here
young
talking about
ones. What do you
extra
call that? A
dollars into
floss? I'm gonna
eggs
floss
as
on
if
you. I
it's
don't
buying a
floss.
Ferrari just because you can. I think there's a monumental difference between dropping a couple extra dollars on eggs, which is a food source, versus wasting your money on useless shit. There's a big fucking difference there.
I
And if
have
you want to talk about love for our country, we can also substantiate that with a love for the Constitution and its founding documents, which Donald Trump doesn't give a shit about.
I have this real quick.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once. Shit. You fool me, we can't get fooled again.
I had to. Because him like, you make an assumption that I'm not a millionaire. Sir, you said that you can't.
Eggs?
You
Yeah,
said
I
that
could
you
stop
can't.
eating
You
eggs.
didn't
I
buy
could eat
eggs.
farina,
Yeah.
grits.
Yeah.
What?
No,
Oatmeal?
you said.
What?
You
I
said.
grew up on oatmeal
I'm
and
gonna
raisin.
like rehash this with people, okay? So he
Oh,
complained, like I asked him, like, you know, what did Trump do for the economy that no one else like that didn't happen under Biden? He said he lowered the price of eggs. I asked him, how did he solve the avian flu? He said, I don't know, but it happened under him, so he did it, right? Because, which actually, by the way, Glenn, do you like participation trophies?
No, I don't do participation trophies.
Oh, okay. So let's
I'm
try this
either
again.
because where
Let's
I
try
come
this
from,
again.
I'm
Let's try
either
this
one or
again.
done.
Glenn. How did Donald Trump solve the avian flu?
I told you I didn't fact check it. I told you that right off the start.
No,
So
you
you
didn't
could
say
try to
that
make me look
actually.
dumb.
You didn't
I
say that
told you I'm
actually.
not gonna fact check you on
You
Google when
didn't.
you want to
No,
go
we didn't
with
say any. The fact checking
policy.
happened like 5 minutes after I asked you about the avian flu. Yeah, it was
And I
it was a
said I
minute
didn't know. I'm
ago.
honest.
So no, you didn't. You said I don't know. It happened under him. That's what you said. You said he gets
I
credit
said
because it
it
happened
happened
under
under his.
him. Yeah, it happened under his watch, sir. If you don't know what he did to solve the avian flu, which by the way is nothing, then you are giving Donald Trump a participation trophy for simply being president and the price of eggs going down.
They do that a lot.
I gave one.
lot.
I gave one example, but you guys want to come after every. I said that's why I love you guys.
Yeah, Debbie's in the
is
chat
fine. I
securing
don't
for the
mind
$10
debating you guys.
PayPal. Bro doesn't know what a metric is and actually expects us to believe he's a millionaire. Some of us may have been born at night, but not last night, sir. Also, please share
Okay,
half the
how
party.
many?
Got you.
I don't
know.
How many? What's a kilometer? Do you know how many feet that is? Because we don't go by the metric system, my man. We live in America. That's what I was getting at. But you want to play that game?
sake.
Come on, man.
A metric
you're
is
not that slick, and
sir,
you want to make me out to
sir,
be stupid.
Glenn. A metric is more than just the metric system.
I don't care because I don't live there. I live in America. We live by a different system. What do you? That's why. That's what I'm getting at.
What is a metric? 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 What is a metric?
It's not my problem.
Okay. I'm going to tell you what a metric is.
I know where yours
It is a measurement, a unit of a measurement, right? That's what a metric is. So when I ask you for a metric, or by what metric do you say that Donald Trump's economy was better than the last, that Donald Trump was the best person for the economy, I ask you by what metric can you say that? I wasn't asking you how many grains of sand makes Trump's administration better, how many fucking cups of oat makes Donald Trump's economy better. I was asking by what metric you can use when it comes to the economy, the stock market, inflation, unemployment, consumer price index. What metrics were you using to ascertain that Trump's policies were good, that the Trump administration's second term was better than the last? That's what I meant by metric.
No, you said then his
You keep
last
saying we don't
term,
use it in the
and
United
you're talking
States.
about Biden. Come on. Who's gonna fight?
I fucking hate it here.
What are you gonna put Kamala Harris with these thugs out there?
No, I don't want her to run again. I like it's a lose-lose.
I just want to know who
situation,
would you put as Democrats that could beat like Trump?
No one's-
Of course, can't run, and
I don't
wouldn't
know
want him
if
to
you
run
realize
anyway.
this, Glenn, but right now no one's announcing that they're running for president in 2028. So we're just trying to get through the midterms because that's the next election that's
Well,
happening.
you got a whole show playing with the Democrats. I mean, the
A show?
Republicans can run like 4 guys. I could run 4 names right now that could go against
The
any Democrat.
Republicans ran 12 people in 2016. What are you talking about? What?
Okay. I can give you 4 right now off the
There
top
were
of my head.
5 people that
And
ran.
what
It was
Democrat
it
are you
5?
coming with?
It was at least
These
dude,
people vote.
Again, I'm trying to. When's the next election?
28. 2 years, give or take. After. So, who are you bringing in 2 years? Give or take, like I said.
The next election. We don't have any federal elections until 2028. Are you okay?
For president.
I said
Right?
the midterms earlier. This is how I know you're not listening, or you're listening to respond. You're not listening to comprehend, because I was specifically talking about no one has announced their candidacy or their intent to
Oh, no, I
run
know
for
that. Why
president
would you?
because
'Cause
they're
you have
trying to
nobody.
get
Why
through
would
the
you announce
midterms.
anything? Because it's like, oh, I'm going to run. Why would you even say anything? They got a man or woman. Why would you? Like, don't come to the show because Trump can't run. So I can give you 4 names
What are
that
you
can
talking about?
and wipe the floor with everybody.
Why did a username come in here named Glenn's bank account and say, Can I put a donation on layaway?
Well, yeah, you can, and I'll get interest off of it. Because actually, I know how to make money. I know how to make money and make it work.
Mia
Make your
said
money
Glenn is
work for you.
showing his ASVAB's waivers
Why
waiver.
don't you teach Americans how to make money? You talk all this garbage, and none of you would fight for this flag. That's a fact.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What do you? You sound like the little kid that goes cries in his
If y'all
bed
wanna,
because
if
you
y'all
got
wanna
beat.
help save us from
Giving you
this mess,
facts
we'll do a
with that.
$50 kick
Come on,
pool.
my man.
Come on, guys. I know y'all
Fucking
got
Get real
this.
with it.
Fucking A.
Mia,
This is
who
ridiculous.
also is a veteran, wants to let you know that your ASVAB's waiver is showing.
Oh no, I didn't get an ASVAB waiver. I'm just one of those Marines. A little different. I'm not that stupid.
Rye Guy wants to know how many sheets to the wind you are.
Sheets to the wind. Oh, he's Irish too? Oh yeah, well I'm Irish too. No, I don't have that many sheets there, kid. And yeah, but I can drink whenever I want. And because guess what? I live in America. I get to do what I want. Trump makes my life great. I do whatever I want when I want. So you better get something a little bit better than. And it's 3 sheets to the wind, by the way. 3 sheets. Might want to learn
you're
sheets
3
right
now.
beers
It's
in?
3. It's not V sheets. 3.
No, that's
Yeah.
not even what I said. I asked you how many sheets to the wind are you?
Well, if
Do
you're
you not
gonna
understand an English
give that,
sentence?
it's the terminology. It's an Irish term. It's 3 sheets to the wind. But maybe you want to look that up since you're smarter than me.
I mean, that's been
And that means
displayed.
you're
It
drunk.
shows. So
And that
thank
means
you.
you're drunk. So you might want to learn. It's called 3 sheets to the wind, and that's what Irish people say. Just
So
so you
you're
know.
3 sheets to the wind?
No. But you're not even. You're trying to give something. You're talking to me with like nonsense. Oh, how many sheets? No. Well, you need to be 3, and I'm not at 3 yet.
Oh, but you're at least at 1?
It's
I don't have
painful.
to be that. I can be at whatever I want. I'm an American. I get to do what I want. I'm a grown man. Don't you know what? That's what you guys don't even understand what freedom is, do you?
Oh, we're moving. Where is the goalpost on planet Earth anymore?
That shit
I don't
went to
even know what
Mars with
that
Elon that one time.
Apparently.
Oh, I got some stock in Elon. I lost a few bucks today, but I'll be all right.
Oh yeah, I understood that one.
Yeah, did you understand that? Can you guys tell me nothing that you've done for America? Can you guys tell me something that one of you two have done for America? Because I could tell
Yeah,
you.
I've
Absolutely.
educated people.
Yeah,
And
I
what?
paid my
What'd you
taxes. My
educate them
taxes
in,
go
please?
into
I'd love to hear
infrastructure. My
this.
taxes go into funding your fucking wars. My taxes go into supporting other Americans. I've also am an educator, and I think Ari and I has been doing an exceptional job at educating hundreds of thousands, if not maybe some of us at this point, millions of people almost on a daily basis. Yeah. But you probably don't find the significance in that because you guys don't really care about education.
No, because I've never seen you at Hurricane Katrina or save a baby or get shot at. So really, I don't see
How
any.
can I be
You're
at Hurricane
educated in
Katrina
what have you
when at the
educated
time
me
I was
in Hurricane
literally
Katrina somewhere? Going back.
I've never
Where
Yeah.
seen you. I've
educated
never
me?
seen you put out a fire.
Put out a fire. I don't put out fires. I make fires. I'm not.
Oh, that's
I'm not a
crazy. So it's
fireman.
almost as
I'm
if
a
there's different
combat
ways
Marine
to
vet.
help
I
people,
don't
and your
put
limited
out
views
fires. I
on what
make fires.
constitutes as helping people mean fuck all to this conversation. The fuck are we doing here? What?
Yeah. So what do you talk? What have you done for America?
What the fuck did we just say?
Yeah, you're an educator in what? You've done nothing. You just the
Take a
blind
wild
leading
guess.
the blind. You've
Take a
done
wild
nothing.
guess,
Have you
Glenn.
saved
Glenn,
anybody's life?
Glenn, take a wild guess as to what we educate people
I
on.
know. Have you
I'm
ever been
curious.
searching for bodies or giving
I'm
out
curious. Hold on.
water
No,
at
no, no,
like
no, 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 no. Take a
course
wild
not.
guess as to what we educate people on, Glenn. Let's see if you don't have a tracking problem.
Stupidity. I can see that. I know
Stupidity.
that for a fact.
Oh,
You
stupidity,
guys, what?
mister.
You
We don't
use
use the metric
Google?
system. Yeah, stupidity. That sounds
The
about right.
metric? I can tell. Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, you don't know what metric. You see, you don't even know what.
Hey, caller. How many ounces are in a cup?
8.
He knows that much.
Oh,
Don't be an
Hey.
he
idiot.
knows that
Don't be
much.
stupid.
Yeah,
Okay, let me help
yeah.
you out.
Hey,
15 ounces in a pint. 32 ounces in a quart. No, and I'm not. I could 120.
Glenn.
No, Buck. No, he wants to.
Actually
No, he
surprised.
wants to hit me with childish.
We
120
guys, we
in a
do.
gallon.
Oh,
Could you really
it
want to
won't
play
let me,
games with me?
Mia.
I'm a chef,
Um,
homie. Do you really want to play that game?
Okay.
How many ounces in a pound? We go by pounds here, and it
Oh
ain't
my
the money.
goodness.
This ain't England. What are you talking about? You want to play? I teach. You're an educator. So am I. You want to play a cooking class with me, bro? Come on. You don't make me out to
Guys.
be some like chump.
We have $39.99 left in the kick pool. I'll read the
What?
donations
Where
at the
you
end.
got nothing for that, do you? Where you want
So,
to punch out numbers?
Hector gave you a definition of metric earlier. Do you remember what
I don't
it
need a
is?
definition of it. I know the difference between the metric system and come on. Now, I don't need any of that. We're from America, because you guys are worrying about. And I know it's terminology, but you even use your wrong terminology. You go, how many sheets to the wind? And first of all, if you can say it, it's 3 sheets to the wind. And by the way, I don't know why they say that, but it's an Irish term, or it comes from that general area, Ireland.
Who the fuck cares about
Give or
Irish slang?
take.
What are we doing?
Well, how many sheets to the wind? Well, it's 3 sheets to the wind.
This
I
is
said,
one
I
of my
don't know
favorite
why it's
comments over
3.
here on YouTube.
I don't know why.
This person
Well,
said,
tell me
"Black
why
dude
it's
knows
3,
ounces
I don't
because he
know.
sells drugs." I love how Glenn responded with the measurements and answered the question, but he doesn't sell drugs because I'm black. I do. That was really, really great way to show your racism, Trump supporters. 2 really quick thank yous. Shout out to Kieran for the $2 PayPal. This man's kids can't stand him. I just know it. He can tell himself otherwise, but he sits in that house all by himself. Even his dog avoids the rooms he in. I am curious as to where his family is right now. Oopsies. Debbie's in the chat to Feisty for the 5. I'm his bank account. I'm overdrawn.
I mean, Glenn's bank account, it gave me a penny, said it's all I got, and because Hector said so. And
sounds about right.
Feisty said Pookie Pie his ass. Unknown said ask him what his favorite flavor of crayon is.
Not somebody saying I'm always using the race car when I read a comment.
Joke,
The
and
fuck?
my favorite flavor would be green.
Yeah, no one cares. Debbie's in the chat to Mike for the $2 Venmo. My dad said I had a generational wealth, but he failed to tell you. It's because he bought all the damn Heineken on planet Earth, so I'm rich in beer. You're fucking goofy, Mike. Thank you
I like
so
how
much
they're all
for
trying to
support.
save you, but like,
Oh, they don't have to save me. I don't need to save you.
Yeah.
That's what Jesus is for. But we can talk about. I don't care. I mean, I'm a Catholic, so it doesn't really matter to me about that.
this all tracks. I just remembered that he said he's from Boston.
Faith,
this
so
makes
that won't
sense
matter.
now. Hey, Glenn, you're currently
ma'am.
living in North Carolina, right? And you're going to vote in North
Correct.
Carolina in the midterms.
Yeah, I vote when the
Who are you
elections
voting for your Senate seat? Are you going to vote for the actual pedophile protector, or are you going to vote for your former governor Roy Cooper?
I'm gonna have to do the work on that, so I don't want to give that. You get what I mean? That's gonna be work.
I'm sorry. Is pedophilia not a red line for you?
Of course, like
Oh,
that
okay.
other guy. What?
So why
Planter,
would you?
things
Why
like that?
would
That's
you?
a-
Why would
what are
you vote for
talking about?
somebody?
I'm the farthest thing ever would touch like you're pedophile. That's even worse. That's worse than rape.
Okay.
Like to
Well,
an
that's
adult.
Mark. That's Mark.
Playing with, I don't
So,
care if it's a
I don't
woman or a
know.
boy, but a child is a child. Come on now.
Well, that's Mark, the guy who's running against Roy Cooper, literally appointed God, I can't remember his name, but a man who pled guilty to touching children to be the head of an local RNC committee because he's a pedo protector.
Of
And
course.
same thing
And
goes
so-
with Virginia
and so is the
Fox out of
Democrat,
North
and so is the
Carolina.
Democrat,
No, that's
and
a
that
Republican.
Democrat was the Marine.
That's a Republican, Pookie Pie. It's a Republican. Okay. Yeah, I know, Mia. They don't know anything. But Sparky said, also Marines eat red crayons, so please learn. It's not green. I've never heard a Marine say that ever. Also, Garby, I don't know how you got that highlight to highlight. That's cool. I've never seen that happen before. MAGA voters walk into the voting booth and forget children have rights and deserve protection. Yeah, they do. He's 100% going to vote for the Republican. 100% going to vote for the Republican. He probably just runs around. He left us, unfortunately, Linati. So I can't do that. W Ryu for also contributing to the 20 for the kick pool. Thank you guys. I don't normally do it, but I actually was enjoying him. I don't know about Hector, but that was kind of funny.
I just didn't know where to go with that conversation. We clearly had somebody's grandpa, his caregiver, took the night off, and he just wanted to ramble somewhere after having a few Heinekens. So
Yeah.
it's just some people are just stuck in. I feel like we went so far from what the point was, which is there's no metric. Excuse me, that word is too complicated for some people. There's no possible measurement you can use to show that the Trump administration is better off for the country, or even in many numbers better from what Biden left them off at. So it's
Oh gosh. 3 sheets to the wind was an English naval term. Yeep. Okay. Let's see. Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Awesome. How old are you for TikTok terms of service? Oh, I gotta add that.
21.
21. And are you still supporting Trump?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Oh, I think there's a few logical reasons why.
Like what?
start with one.
You just want to like name one at a time, or is that how it goes?
Let's go, Pookie.
Okay, cool. So, can you hear me okay, by the way?
Yep.
Europe.
Coming through clear.
Better.
Okay.
Ramble off as many as you want.
so-
I'll actually take notes.
Oh, I got that
yeah,
too.
I mean, I'm okay with just listing this first one to start off with. I think that it's actually a fairly strong reason. I like Trump's position on gender. I think it's far superior than Kamala's.
You like the fact that Trump is a man and Kamala was a woman, so that makes it superior? That's odd. It's a weird way to say that you're a misogynist. I mean, that's
You're
his
misinterpreting it.
position on gender is he's a man and she's a woman. So if you like his position on gender, which he's a man, that's his position, and it's better than
I'll
Kamala,
elaborate.
who is a woman. So that must be. Listen, that is a weird way to get around to say that you're a
not what I
misogynist,
mean.
and I don't
It's
really
not what I
understand
mean.
that one. It's
Have
cool.
to
That's
agree.
not what
I'm not doing it. Also, why? Okay, 1 second.
From what I'm seeing, it looks fine on my end. Maybe that's because I'm on the panel. I don't know. Jared said it's clear, but most people are saying it's glitchy.
Okay.
Donald Trump's position on gender is harming Americans, specifically the cisgender ones.
Yeah. You didn't make a logical argument. I don't understand your point. Okay, guys, if you are watching, yeah, he waited 45 minutes to make a dumb argument.
Gosh, so many restarts. What is happening?
It got bought out by America and it got 300 times worse. So, you know, what else
Good
is
point.
new? Like,
Yeah.
America. And this happened to me last night too. So, and my internet's great. Like, that's the crazy part. My upload speed is fantastic. It's just being dumb. Okay. We're back up though. Hi, how are you?
Hello. How are you?
Hello. Doing well. How old are you?
Yes, I'm 31.
31. Are you still supporting Trump?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, why would you do that?
Yeah, I think the One Big Beautiful Bill was an excellent piece of legislation spearheaded by Trump. In particular, the piece or the clause of the law that I think was really instrumental moving forward, especially during and beyond Trump's term, is leaving in the corporate tax rate at 21%, as opposed to letting that element expire, which would have brought it back up to the 30s, so, or at least up to 28% based on some metrics. But yeah, I think that's going to be a key piece of legislation for the reasons. We can get into the philosophical reasons, but from a practical perspective, having that corporate rate.
No, I just want to correct you. The TCJA made the tax cut permanent in 2017. So the One Big Beautiful Bill that you're trying to give them credit for doing that, that wasn't there. That was made permanent in the original law called the TCJA that was passed in December 2017. So
no, that you're wrong. That put in place the 21%
a
tax
permanent
rate,
21% federal corporate tax rate.
The corporate tax rate of 21% was put in place by the TCJA,
And it was made permanent at that time.
I'm not sure what you're referring. I don't know why we have two different definitions of permanent, but
because it was made a permanent change in that time. Like everywhere that says it, like you can read the bill apparently because you didn't read the TCJA. The 21% corporate tax rate was made permanent in December 2017 when it was passed into law and went into effect on January 1st, 2018.
No, you're reading the wrong thing. The TCJ Act did not make that particular tax rate for corporations permanent. It was a reduction. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what like.
It reduced it and made it
what
permanent.
are we? I'm not sure what we're doing here. So.
What are we?
Anyway,
It was literally made permanent. Like, are we?
Trump bragged about this. The Republican Party bragged about this. I'm confusion.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're on the same page here. I do know that the Republican Party did celebrate this as a victory for a reduction of that particular
It was made permanent.
tax rate.
Literally, maybe you should read section 13001.
Okay. All right. Well, that is something that I'll definitely review later on. But I would say this. I would say by the Trump administration, the Trump administration also has accomplishments in the One Big Beautiful Bill in other areas. But I think essentially by Trump continuing to essentially not budge on this item, in addition to ensuring that there are less regulations on corporations in general, or at least if there is a proposal for a new one, that a series of existing ones have to be removed. But
I like how that. So I opened up HR1, right, and just typed in 21%, and it pulls up 0 results.
for I'm not entirely sure what
I have
what the
all
point of.
331 pages open on my computer for HR1,
Yeah,
aka the one big beautiful bill, and it doesn't
yeah.
say 21% anywhere in it.
Okay, then if that's the case, I don't have. To me, it's not a big deal to concede that. Like that's fine. I will then concede that I think that the Trump administration for putting in place the corporate for maintaining the corporate rate at 21% is an achievement in of itself, and we can move forward accordingly. I really want to get to kind of like brass tacks and kind of like discuss the Trump economy, where it's headed, as well as the underlying philosophy that I think is going to be more important than any individual legislative piece. So, in fact, just to give you guys some color and context, the reason why I even jumped on this call was your conversation with the veteran guy, where there was a mentioning of most people are living paycheck to paycheck. So if we can essentially, if you like, I'd like to address that with or without the context of the Trump administration, because I think we have some differing opinions there, and I think that would be really informative for the audience as well. Is that a
Sure. What
direction
is
you'd like
your
to step in?
solution to help the people that are living paycheck to paycheck? What is the Republican solution to help people that live paycheck to paycheck?
Yeah. So the solution is going to be it's going to be a two-pronged solution. It's going to be one of policy, and it's going to be one of cultural change and
What's the
shift.
policy?
Sure. So I think that there are several policies that we can put in place, such as redirecting some of the funds that we use to essentially fund I forgot the exact grant, the Pell Grant, I believe, that is essentially funding a lot of amazing programs, but it's also funding programs that I don't think is
The Pell
going to
Grant is
lead
for college students.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, that's part of the solution here. So I think part of the solution is redirecting funds currently existing for Pell Grant allocations to trade schools, as well as to STEM majors and other fields with promise. I think that's the first step. Is the United States has to shift its educational priorities and focus those priorities in particular on work. Whether it's you're working with your mind as a knowledge worker, doing STEM, doing accounting, or if it's essentially doing something with your hands like woodworking, plumbing, HVAC.
An
I would
accounting
even extend
degree,
that.
you can't get an accounting degree from a vocational school.
That's fine. I'm not making that claim at all. My claim is essentially that we should redirect the funding to those programs, whoever is hosting those programs, with good results, right? So, if you're able to, if you have a school that's a trade school or whatever, and people are taking up plumbing, you can become an electric worker, whatever it is. I think that we should shift those dollars as a policy objective to programs that provide a living. Because what we don't need more of is we don't need embittered and entitled, overeducated baristas with PhDs in Latina lesbian literature who are angry at the world because they couldn't get a
What is
meaningful
lesbian
job.
literature? I'm actually gonna
The
Google this.
fuck?
Lesbian literature.
Latina lesbian literature. I did the three
Oh,
L's because I wanted
Latina. Okay, hold on. Let me add
Latina.
Latina.
Yeah, there you go. Latina lesbian literature. Yeah, we don't need more of those. We need people who are going to basically build society. And one of the things I wanted to highlight as well is
You don't like lesbian women? It's a weird call out.
I think I love
You
all
don't like
women.
Latina women?
Oh,
That's a
I
weird
was
call
born
out.
and raised in LA, so I love Latina women. I love them so much. Yeah.
Does your sexual attraction to them actually mean that you love them? Or does it just mean that your dick gets hard?
what's funny is when I mentioned that, the idea of sex didn't really come to my mind. It's more about like the beauty, like, so I don't know, like
So your sexual
the point.
attraction to them?
No, it's not just that. I mean, I love them all as, creations of God. Like, of course, I love them, but yeah, I don't know where you got
Yet
the
you're
idea
hating
of,
on Latina lesbians?
Yeah, it was weird.
okay, that's
So
funny. That's funny.
yeah, you're
I,
not. So do you
no one
think
needed
that
to say lesbian literature. That was
at all?
no
At
one.
all? That was a really weird thing to say. So would
Okay.
you say that finding out how to synthesize insulin using bacteria would be something that was innovative and moving medicine forward?
That's a hyper niche medical application that I
It's
have
a yes or no
no
question.
clue. You said, would that, okay, that's fair. Let me answer your question. Based on the language of that question, do I think that would be beneficial to humanity? Of course. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. What about
Yeah.
head impact indicators that we use for athletes to detect their concussions?
I think that's potentially an amazing. I haven't done my research on any of these particular applications, but yeah, I think that sounds like a positive contribution to humanity. Okay.
What about the long life nickel hydrogen battery that powers the ISS?
Sure. Excellent. I'm just going to assume you can just list off the accomplishments, and what I'll do is I'll grant
Some of
them, and
those
then I'll
Latino
just wait for the complete.
lesbians that you were talking about. Well, some of these women are
You said
cis, to be
what?
fair. Those
You said what?
excuse me, those Latinas, like those lesbians that you were complaining about.
Yeah.
I was just naming a few that have contributed to all the things
No.
that I
Oh,
mentioned.
no, 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 no,
And
no. Let
and
me.
if they wrote if they
I
wrote
thought you guys were
papers, they
joking.
wrote
No, no,
literature.
no, 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 no.
They
I
wrote
thought you guys. I thought
literature.
you guys. No, I
They
thought you
wrote
guys were
actual
joking
literature
initially.
that
So
was
now we
published.
have to play this game. Now we have to play this game where I have to explicitly mention that it was a joke. Obviously, I don't have anything against either of those three institutions, literature, lesbians, or Latinas. I'm not. I I hire Latinas. I hire lesbians. I've
Oh,
even
that's
hired.
tokenizing.
I like. I don't.
Yay.
That's. No, no, and I think that's a fair assumption because a lot of people, especially on the left, talk about how they advocate for different groups, but they don't put actual money in those people's pockets. So yeah, you can tell me that you love this person, that person, however much you want, but unless you're putting money in their pockets, it's mostly just a symbol of love. It's not real love. And at a minimum, you have to put money in their pockets. You got to do other stuff too. So no, I'm not a hateful guy. I'm not here. I'm not even here to talk about social issues. I'm here to talk about the economy, about economic
I'm
issues,
not here to
and
talk
in
about social
particular,
issues, but I sure love to mention specifically a social issue, which is the gender preferences of Latinas. Yeah,
I don't.
because I
I
think
just
it's
all
funny.
I mentioned it as a joke. A PhD in Latina lesbian
You
literature.
should
It could have
stick
been
to your
anything.
day job.
Basket weaving. I only used it. It's a funny thing. If there's an alliteration there with the three
It
words that are
wasn't.
L's, it's not. Look, you can celebrate those. You can celebrate Latina lesbians or whatever, but I don't think that they should be a field of study. Like if you want to do that, if you want to study them, don't study them formally and take out student loans to do it. Go to a library or go on link or go on the internet
These
and
would be
study it independently as a hobby, but
classes
you
in
shouldn't
fucking
study.
college that someone can choose to study. I don't see how that would be negatively impacting our education system if the core things like mathematics and history and everything else are mandatory as it is.
Oh, guess. Okay. Well, let me provide a very important qualifier. You should be able to study anything you want, right? That like, of course, you can study whatever you want, My contention is that we shouldn't be using tax dollars to fund any and everything. If you come from like rich parents and they're going to pay for everything out of pocket without any tax dollar help, go get a PhD in Latina lesbian
Cool.
literature, and then
Put a
go
put
get
it
another PhD in
go
basket
put
weaving.
call your
That's not my
Republicans in
point.
Congress. Call your Republicans in
Yeah.
Congress who advocate for the school voucher program. Tell them to put an income limit on it, because right now there is no income limit, and those rich parents that you're complaining about are sending their children to private schools on the government's dime with school vouchers.
Okay. So firstly, right, that is not an area of, for one, I don't really know too much about the voucher programs for K through 12 that are being used, and I'm not here to make an argument about that. My argument, the original part of this conversation was essentially, how do we get adults to get dignified livings? It's not, I don't care about whatever K through 12 you're doing. That's irrelevant. But what I am insisting on is that, at least from the policy
I mean,
of
you
that
need a
policy
high school
prong,
education to get to the next level, so
of course you do. However,
that's
the
important.
it's
So
as
call
long
your
so,
Republicans in Congress and tell them to put an income cap on school voucher programs so that they can actually go to people that need them and can't afford to pay for private school but want to send their kids to private school. Instead, it's going to rich parents.
Fine. For the sake of the conversation, and nominally it does sound like a good idea, I will concede and say that would be another area of policy improvement. However, the educational standards across most high schools, and I know this because I actually came from a high school in South Central Los Angeles, so I'll just keep it there, right? I actually ended up transferring, but a lot of the only difference between the school that I went to, which was a magnet school, versus the school that I went to basically like in a really rough area, the biggest difference between the two was just simply the expectations were higher. Like maybe you had 12 pieces of homework at the magnet school versus like 6 at the inner city school. But the education quality
Private
was
schools
just
also
good.
have smaller class sizes, so students get more one-on-one attention.
Yeah, and guess what? I think also there are
Cool.
parents who have
Open it up to
resources
the
to
lower
get.
income people instead of prioritizing the rich. That's all I'm saying. You were the one that
We can
advocated
talk.
for making sure that if rich people want to pay for their kids' college, they do that instead of them having access
Yeah,
to grants or student loan programs. Fine.
sure. There's no area.
Then
There's no.
it
Yeah,
starts
if
at
that's
K
the
through
case,
12.
there's no area of disagreement. There's no area of disagreement there. That's, for one, it's not. So there's two things. One, I think that if we're talking about the allocation of resources for K through 12 vouchers, I doubt it's substantially higher, or not even in the same ballpark as the funding that we give, or even the loans that we guarantee for student loans. So that's one thing. Number two, I don't think there's a meaningful area of disagreement here. I'm not in favor of having people who are rich take advantage of subsidies. If they're we should definitely give those resources to poor kids. I mean, it's all tax funded dollars. So yeah, I don't have a problem with that. There's no area of disagreement here. Now there could be a lack of disagreement as well with this policy prong of the two-prong solution that I presented, which was essentially that Pell Grant funding should be allocated towards actual skills that are going to lead people to get dignified livings. And I know this because I haven't always been someone who makes decent money. I make multiple six figures. I work minimum wage jobs to help pay my way through school. And I have conversations with people, I still do, who work minimum wage jobs. And the recurring theme that I've noticed even when I tell them, hey, I can help you get a job in accounting or in financial planning or whatever, like just here are the resources. I will pay for this out of pocket, right? I just need someone who's going to work hard. You seem like a hard worker. I see you hustle and bustle throughout the restaurant or throughout the coffee shop. I'd love to give you a shot. And they don't follow up. And then you have people, and then like I'll come back there, you know, just to pick up my coffee or whatever, my burger, and they're still there without a plan. Most people don't have plans. And onto the statistics that you mentioned, which actually prompted me to take on this call of the statistics of people who don't who live paycheck to paycheck. Well, one of the things that we should also consider is 40% of people who make $300,000 or more also live paycheck to paycheck. So what I can't say with 100% certainty, but with a great degree of certainty, is that much of the affordability crisis that we're quote unquote crisis that we're experiencing is not really, it's not truly an affordability crisis. Well, I can't say that word. It's actually a crisis of personal financial mismanagement, because across the income spectrum, people are just not managing their finances. So there's no wonder why the people that the population votes for into office, why they also don't have a policy, why they don't have a policy priority for fiscal soundness. So I don't think the issue is the Trump administration. If anything, the Trump administration with things like the Trump accounts, which is mostly, because right now there's an alternative to that, which are the 529 accounts. But the utility of the Trump accounts in particular, they're intended not for the top 10%, they're intended for the bottom 90. And so just that policy alone, I think, is going to bear fruits, as I mentioned earlier, during and way beyond Trump's administration. And in terms of the corporate rate policy remaining at 21%, instrumental. Because guess what? We're having a retirement crisis, right? You mentioned it yourself. I think you mentioned 54% of people don't have plans for retirement. Well, luckily, I mean that's a big can of worms. But for the remaining percentage of people who do, guess what a lower tax rate does? A lower tax rate contributes to greater portfolio values. So you're not supposed to rely exclusively on your Social Security, right? It's supposed to be part of like a three-legged approach.
Okay.
But yeah, so people who are
One
invested
second.
in the market,
I put a
they're
thing
going
up
to
on the
see
screen. I
greater
don't know if you saw it,
compounding.
Hector.
21 versus 35%, that is an immense
Specifically
savings,
about what you just sent
especially
me.
when compounded over
Let's
several
see. I
decades.
want to do
So yeah, I think the Trump administration is doing a really great job on the economy, and the fact that we're not even at halftime yet in this game, because that's going to be the
What you
midterms.
just said
Yeah.
is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no
Oh,
point
then
in your
yeah,
rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone
okay, then
in
tell
this
me.
room
I'm open to
is
it.
now dumber
Tell me.
for
Tell
having
me.
listened to it.
Tell me. Okay. So
I
please
award you
tell
no
me.
points,
Please,
and may God have mercy on your soul.
There's a reason for that. Hold on. W Joey for the 50 that said fuck this guy. So I'd put this up. I didn't even put that like talking back to a movie clip. Oh my god. Okay. I could not I'm so sorry. W Joey for the kick fund that I didn't even put up or advertise saying that let's kick somebody. That was great. So now we have, guess what, guys? $22.99 left in the goal. Moose wanted to say, getting my rant in, does he understand that free university/colleges helps the country as it gives from those who come from underprivileged areas who aren't smart enough to get into one a chance to go instead of having crippling debt? No, he doesn't understand, but W Joey for that. I do like that he was responding to that clip. That was hilarious. Okay, tell me what I did wrong. What did I
I
do
guess it's
wrong?
a I guess it's a financial literacy issue when the kid who is in college is getting good
Yep.
grades has to drop out to help with his mom in an unfortunate circumstance. I guess that's a financial literacy issue. Or
Oh
when
no, you're good.
medical
Yeah.
debt starts to impact your credit score because Donald Trump rescinded the executive order that stopped them from doing that. I guess that's a financial literacy issue.
I
Or
don't
when Donald
know.
Trump then increases your costs because, people who benefit from SNAP are also students. And then
No,
now you have to worry about eating because you need nourishment to study and have your brain at full capacity.
ain't
But
no
now you
way.
have to concern yourself with having less time to do that because you're not getting the same amount of benefits under the guise of you defrauding the government despite
Yep.
no audit proving it. Just everyone understands that everyone could benefit from financial literacy. If the Trump administration was revamping education to do more of that, Ari and I would not have a complaint
Nope.
at all.
Nope.
He's
We don't.
not.
No, he's not doing shit to help people. He's in fact hurting people. And we have one more caller. This one's gonna be more geared towards you anyways, because he's from Texas. And I encourage him to call back while you were here because Texas and Senate races and stuff.
Fascinating.
Lindsay, thank you for like acknowledging that you're a bot because you're just stuck on the MAGA verse. Which I actually have a video for that. Should I play that real quick before? Yeah, I'll play that real quick before I bring up Gannon. Um,
Can I do one? Thank you.
of
Thank
course.
you, Joey, for the 5. Actually, as a white woman, I feel like I can confidently speak for Latino women and say, yuck. No, thank you.
Oh,
I think they would
agreed.
agree with you.
That's so true. That is so true.
Thank you, Joey.
Talks to movie quotes, but gets to vote. Oh my God, Alex, that's hilarious. I didn't even think about that. Oh, which since he mentioned the Trump accounts, actually let me play this. This was pretty diabolical, I'll say. I don't know if you saw this. Only half of y'all will see this, so forgive me because I can't put it up. Oh, no, wrong one. Nope, TikTok don't like that. Here.
Triple match. Triple match.
We're having a lot of babies. We want people to have babies during the Trump administration.
Exactly. You can claim the 1,000, the vice president's done it, chief of staff, the Caroline Levitt.
Caroline Levitt.
So
Stephen Miller.
Stephen Miller. So
you guys are very busy.
We know what their hobby is.
I still feel gross. I still feel gross watching that again. Like, it.
Okay.
Yeah, why do they always sound so creepy? I don't know, because it was Jesse Waters. That's why.
Did that feel natural to anyone? Did that not feel fucking cringe to every single viewer? Jesus.
No, I felt that like internally so much. That's not what I wanted. Where's my other thing? This was something else I saw that is when I find it, that's Lindsay, because she is just being displaying major bot behavior in the chat. Man, I have so much that I've shared with myself today because there was so much going on. Where did it go? Oh well, I'm not gonna try to chase it down. I might find it in a minute. Hey Gannon, how are you doing today? I found it. Hello? Oh wait, I turned down the volume. Hello?
I don't
Nope.
hear anyone.
Oh.
Hello?
Hi Gannon, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, no, that was my fault. I had it. Yeah, anyways. Okay. You called back. Hector's here. Did you have a chance to look into the Senate candidates?
I did. Yes.
What's going on in your brain for that?
So first, I wanted to ask: is this the co-host you were talking about that was also like Texan?
It depends on. I don't remember if I told you to call back to talk to Hector or if I encourage you to call into
Not
Jimmy's.
Hector. Maybe Jimmy.
Yeah, it's not, but that's okay. Hector is also in Texas, so it worked out.
Okay. Yeah, I looked into both. But honestly, I didn't find much information on either. Like they didn't really explain their plans for anything. It was just like vote for me, you know.
sorry. Like
Yeah.
I had just listened to that conversation that y'all were having, and it's just kind of melted my brain a little bit. So I'm a little tired. Um, I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry
Like
for the. Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry when
agree.
the Latina thing started going off. I was just like, what is going on right now? But I did just want to get more educated on the vote because
Yeah.
personally, I did research and I attempted, but I could not find much about either. I did see some commercials from I don't know how to say his last name, Talarico.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Tallarico.
Yeah, Talarico. Um, and he was a middle school teacher, and he said he's fighting for the lower class, the more unfortunate, but he didn't explain exactly how. And then I looked into the other one, Ken, and he also just is just like, we're gonna keep America exactly how it is, but I don't know what that
Do you
means.
want me to read off some of Talarico's policies?
If you could read off both, that would like help me understand
I'm going to keep
what
it a buck 50
exactly.
with you. I am absolutely not going to Ken Paxton's website to read his policies or lack of thereof, but I know James Tallarico has a few. His intention is to get
Okay.
big money out of our politics, and that's going to be banning, first off, reversing the impact of the Supreme Court's Citizens United ruling back in 2010. He wants to ban super and corporate PACs. He also wants to ban partisan gerrymandering, and he wants independent redistricting commissions to be able to decide on how we redistrict versus what the Republican parties did over the last year and a half, which is redistrict cities to their favor. He wants to pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, that has been held up in the Senate since 2021.
Wait, what is that?
And that's going to be the John Lewis Voting Rights Act.
Yeah, what is that?
This was something that was introduced into Congress in 2021, and its intention to make voting easier is to allocate more funding towards registering people, traveling, also be able to pick up people to get them to their polling centers, education on your candidates, so on and so forth. That's just to remove any
Oh, that's
hiccups
good.
or restrictions for people. He wants to ban congressional stock trading because members of Congress obviously play the markets, and he thinks that's not cool. He wants term limits on members of Congress. And he also wants them to hold annual town halls. This one specifically is really good. And I really like it because it pisses me off to no end that you can get voted in by your constituents and have no requirement whatsoever to meet with them
Yeah.
annually to talk to them about what the fuck you're doing. That's crazy how you can avoid your constituents by just sitting in your office versus actually going and talking to them about their concerns.
And they never answer their phones.
Yes. He wants to ban
Wait,
presidential pardons, which, whew, that's a tall order, but I like the goal because
Actually, they talked about
uh,
that in congressional hearings today, surprisingly.
that's true.
They
That's true.
did with Todd Blanche, and that it would require a constitutional amendment to either put limitations on it or ban it outright. So he's not alone, and those were Republicans that were bringing it
Mhm.
up. So
That's
against
correct.
banning par parsons, like partitions, like
pardons.
from
Pardons.
So
pardons. Like
what?
personally, I would like to pardon my father. Like I'm not like I would love my father to be out of prison. I don't think that's a bad thing. Like if I don't know, maybe they can recover.
I think the way we've seen the presidential pardon weaponized in the last few years
Right.
would be more than enough of a reason why I guess people should support that. But I guess for your own personal dad, sure, you would want to utilize it. That's cool. He
I
wants to
get that.
implement term limits for the Supreme Court, also binding codes of conducts for mandating rules for recusals, financial disclosures, and limitations on accepting gifts. Clarence Thomas. Increase oversight and improve ethics at all levels of government. This is defend against government efforts to ignore court rulings or dismantle checks and balances. Trump and only confirm judicial appointees who meet the highest ethical standards and commit to upholding the Constitution, which means you have some funny stuff in your history. You wouldn't even have a chance in hell to get some of these seats.
You're
And
going
everything I
you're going
just
too
read
fast.
was got you. I'll
You're
slow
going too
down.
fast.
Everything I just read is in the corruption and democracy section. We haven't touched taxes
Yeah.
and cost of living, public
Mm-hmm.
education, healthcare, freedom, family, and faith, immigration, border security, social media, AI and tech, public safety and justice, labor and business, rural investment, foreign policy, or energy and environment. And where I'm reading his policies is literally from his website, jamestallarico.com/issues. So you said you
I
did
did
some
go
research and
there.
you found
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
I don't know how you found nothing here.
And
yeah. I did go to his website, but
Ken
I did.
Paxton's campaign is basically carry the torch for Trump's agenda. That's literally the first one.
Literally.
from kind of what I saw. So
His is all Trump.
I'm trying to understand exactly who I'd be voting for here in Texas to represent me. So what is his like tax situation, Talarico?
I'm gonna
Like
keep
what
it a
is
buck
what is
50 with you. All of this
all right?
information I was able to find in 0.2 seconds. I think if you were
No
actually
way,
wanting
because
to find what his policies were, you would have. It's literally on his website. And if any of the things
yeah,
I mentioned relates to you, then you should probably vote for that. But I can go over some more on the taxes section and direct you to read the rest for yourself.
yeah. I mean, if you'd like to, I did go to his website and I saw commercials and I tried to go like through his like menus and stuff, but like it was a lot about like, oh, donate this, but that was also Ken Paxton. It was just like, oh,
Yeah,
donate this
they're all
and
gonna have their donation parts on there that is
right
asking for donations because they're actively running. So that
and
part is
the
important for them.
right, exactly. But the most information I found was just like commercials, and I understand he was a middle school teacher.
And a state
I'm
legislator.
glad that he would, and a state legislator. I'm glad that he was at least in a working American before getting into politics, you know. So I do appreciate that much. Ken, I could not find any information about whether he worked or not before getting into politics, and that's a big concern of
Ken
mine.
is the active attorney general of Texas, and he explicitly stated that no woman would have an abortion in his state, and that he wanted to go after women that might have an abortion. Specifically, if you look at Kate Cox, that was his argument to get one judge's ruling overturned at the Supreme Court level in Texas, and to the point where she had to flee the state in order to obtain an abortion because her baby, she wanted her kid, she was a devout Catholic,
Yeah.
had a fetal abnormality that made it incompatible with life. It would not survive outside the womb and could cost her her entire fertility if she carried it to full term. And and even though she proved her case in court, one judge absolutely agreed this is for your life. This is for your fertility. You want to give more Texas citizens, right? Like more Texas constituents to our state. You can have an abortion. He's like, no, no, he
Oh,
doesn't
that's
care,
terrible.
right? Yeah.
Because
The only thing
I have a
Ken,
friend. One of my closest friends was like a and I don't want to get too vulgar, but he was he was born from a mother who was um used, and he's one of the best guys I've ever known. And if she had aborted him, I wouldn't have one of my best friends ever.
you wouldn't
So
have
I'm
never
not really.
known. You would have never known.
Yeah,
You would
yeah,
have made a
exactly.
different
So
friend.
I'm.
And
Yeah.
he would have never had to deal with anything. It like the argument is like when someone says, "Well, if so and so would have been aborted, I would have never you would have never known." That's the whole thing. Like we don't know what their future potential is, and it
Right.
doesn't matter.
Well, but it does.
We
It
don't
did
live in
matter to me.
hypotheticals.
So,
We live in real world. So,
and in my real world, like if he wasn't there, he would never have been my friend. So
but the
I'm
thing
very
is,
much.
your friend's mom had that choice.
Yeah, she did have that choice, and that's good. I think
They
she
don't
should
have
have
that
that choice.
anymore. Yeah.
Do you believe in soulmates?
Yeah, I do have a fiance.
So you
I
believe
believe she.
that only one person in the entire world, a planet full of 8 billion people, you're only destined to be with one person until you die?
Yeah, and that's her. Yes,
Oh, I mean that's cute.
Yes. Okay, that's
because I
adorable,
love her.
unrealistic, but you're
I
allowed to
I
believe
love
what you
her.
believe.
She's amazing.
Sure,
I
I'm
mean,
glad. There's a lot of people that I
I
love.
think
The point that
soulmates
I
is a
was
beautiful
making is that,
idea. Like, obviously, it's not like reality, but I think it's a cute concept. Like,
yeah,
yes, I
so
love
that's the
my
point that
like
I'm
fiance.
trying, that's the point that I'm trying to make. You can go throughout your entire life, especially if you're well traveled and you're very social, and you can find hundreds, maybe even thousands of people that you can find a lot of common ground with and have an attraction to and build a relationship with. No different
Uh,
from your friendships. So if your concern is if my friend was aborted, he wouldn't be my best friend now, and that would be sad, there would be someone else. That's how that works. There's no one person that you're meant to be with in any relationship capacity, because that's just not
well,
realistic.
but at
It's
the same
cute to tell your
time,
friends for
it
your,
would be very
birthday
sad.
cards, but it's not real.
It would be very sad if he was never in my life, and
You
like,
would never
in my
know
opinion,
because you wouldn't be missing it, is the thing, right? So
right? Yeah,
you've
I
already
wouldn't have
established though that
known
you're
if it never had happened.
pro-choice. Okay, you've already established though that you're pro-choice. Ken
Yeah.
Paxton is very anti-choice and pro-forced birth. He's made that very clear. He's going to shoot for a
Okay.
nationwide abortion ban, which is going to lead to the death of American women. And if we go back to Tallarico just for a second, so again,
Yeah.
it was actually very easy to find it right under. I clicked on issues and then taxes and cost of living. And yeah, I had to scroll down through his backstory, and that's fine. But he was very clear on what having a higher income tax on billionaires. So specifically putting in another tax bracket. He wanted to remove the FICA tax cap that's currently sitting at about 174,000 and
Yeah.
remove that cap, which is going to continue to fund Social Security, which we need. He wants to raise the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour, which we need. $7.25 right now. That's not a livable wage, even in the cheapest state in the entire country. And we're already working on lowering housing costs. He wants to lower healthcare and prescription drug costs. He specifically had a healthcare for y'all plan. It's a very interesting
For
phrasing.
Texas?
Yeah, that's what he has on for his healthcare plan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
And
but he
what would that
has it's
entail?
all there. Oh,
Oh,
it's still again, these are so here's the hard thing about when you're running for Congress, right? And even when you're running for president
yeah.
is the people in Congress are the ones that actually do the work when it comes to legislation and changing laws. So they're the ones that
Correct.
you need to look at because they're the ones we need to put in order to have laws change and be effective. Otherwise, you have a feckless president, right? If you don't have the Congress on your side, you're not getting any part of your wish list done as far as
But
policies.
sorry to
So
interrupt, but like, even if you had the Congress on your side, wouldn't the president just be able to veto whatever the Congress wanted to press? So you do need
yes,
both the
they have the
Congress
veto
and the
power.
president.
No, not
Yeah.
necessarily. If you have enough bipartisan support for a bill, you can
Uh-huh.
overcome a presidential veto.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't know that. Okay. So it's
Yep.
really, that's kind of crazy. So it's kind
And just like
of
the
up to the
housing bill
Congress.
that went into effect, if the president doesn't sign a piece of legislation within 10 calendar days, well, Senate will say congressional calendar days of it hitting his desk, then it automatically
Yeah.
becomes law. So
Oh, wow.
there's a lot that goes into it. It's all right there.
Yeah. As you know, well, I don't know, but we talked before. I'm not very
I remember.
too educated in politics, but I am, I just miss my wife and I'm just bored, and I've studied politics in college, so I was just like, I followed your channel and I'm just getting back into it, but I do want to like try to change Texas to the point where she can get the medical support that we're trying to
Then
get.
when you go to James Tallarico's website, which do I still have that open or did I close it? I still have it open. Okay. It's literally under issues. It's the fourth block and it says healthcare. And he goes into what his plan is. So, and it might take some scrolling. Like, yeah, it's about halfway down the page where
I'll
it says
get
my
to it.
priorities in the US Senate. Ken Paxton is your choice for a vote because, not Ken Paxton. Oh my God, fuck my life. James Tallarico is who you should vote for. Oh my God. Somebody burn those words that came out of my mouth earlier.
He is the competitor, I believe.
Yes, you should definitely, I'm just saying, vote for
I
James
tried to look into
Tallarico.
both. I try to look into both, and I did learn more about James than I did about Ken. Ken was very what's the word? Like concrete. Like he was just kind of like standard. Like he didn't really explain much, and so that kind of turned me off to him. But yeah, James definitely seems more understandable.
Yes,
And if he cares more about healthcare than Ken,
he does.
when exactly are these elections happening in Texas?
November 3rd.
November 3rd, our primaries already took place, which is why Tallarico's the nominee. November 3rd is
Yeah.
the final election day. Obviously, you can start early voting beforehand. And I
When does
don't
that
remember the
start?
exact date for that. I will get that in a second. I just want to point out that I typed in James Tallarico Policies 2026, and that showed me issues. I clicked on that. An ad came up for me to throw money at him. I press the X in the
Yeah.
top right corner.
Oh, why
I
does it
scroll
do that?
down and I read them. So that's it. Every single question you can possibly have about the 12 topics that he covers here in this segment should be answered here, or should give you enough of an overview to tell you where you should lean, particularly with healthcare, because you said you wanted to maintain your wife's healthcare, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
gone through some.
So all that is let's see, save rural hospitals. If you're aware of what a medical desert is, this has been increasing under the Trump administration because more of these providers have been closing in areas that are more rural. He wants to protect them. Let's see, crippling medical debt. He wants to regulate medical debt collection practices, bar the inclusion of medical debt in credit scores. This is something that the Biden-Harris administration already did through executive order before Trump revoked it. He wants to ensure veterans have access to their VA and prioritize that. Restore access to reproductive care in Texas, obviously. Reform the prior authorization system. Ensure that insurance companies do not arbitrarily deny patients the medication and treatments that their healthcare providers have determined necessary. That's very big. Protect coverage from the ACA until we can inevitably abolish that and get universal healthcare, I think. Lower prescription drug costs. And allow everyone, regardless of age, to join Medicare, all of which are things that Democrats have been doing and spearheading for years. So he's going to continue on with that in ways that are going to be able to, we'll be able to recover from after what Donald Trump has done to healthcare here. So those are all things. It's right there. You just have to look.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like waste your time. I was just I did
It's
research.
not about wasting time. It's about just actually looking for the things you want to see and not stopping
Right.
until you find it. Or better yet, putting the right
I
keywords
tried.
in. But yeah, it's there.
That's true. I don't know the right keywords. I mean, like I said, I don't follow politics, so it's like I'm uneducated on this, situation. But I mean, that's good. So you said he's working on Medicaid, Medicare.
Yes, both. So
yeah, really, because like my
whatever coverage
priority
your
is
wife has, he wants to maintain that
Yeah.
and make it better, to make it more affordable.
Well, she
He
don't
wants to
have it in
ensure that
Virginia
these
because she got
insurance companies
denied.
utilize no loopholes to deny them of care, to jack up the prices of life-saving substances, subscriptions, and anything of the sort. He wants to restore the ACA subsidies that will regulate the prices again. Those are what he wants to do, which is
Sorry,
mostly supported
repeat
by
that
the
one more
Democratic
time.
platform right now.
Repeat that. Can you repeat that one more time?
Restoring the
I
ACA
think-
subsidies that the Trump administration gutted, so it can bring down the cost of healthcare again.
So you're telling me Trump is the reason that my wife was denied Medicaid in Texas?
Well, I don't know
Because
if your
of
wife
ACA.
was denied Medicare specifically, but I'm saying the ACA subsidies that reduce the cost of healthcare, that was done away with early this year. And that's why we saw the premium increases substantially. Some people report up to 4 times more than what they were paying monthly. And also, the ACA in legislation and practice was also stopping people from, denying you based off of pre-existing conditions. So the privatization of healthcare would bring us back to a point where they can explore that again, which is bad.
Right, because pre-existing conditions should not prevent you from getting health
It
care.
shouldn't. I agree. That's like one of the best things that came out of the ACA. But Gannon, I am gonna let you go because I want to wrap up.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
All right, thank you.
All right, hey, thank you.
Of course. Also, I realized that I've been a bad host and I haven't reminded people to follow Hector or subscribe to his channel. So, boo me. That's all there for you guys. Go do the things. It's in the description. You still don't have a Twitch. I can't fix the TikTok thing right now. It's really you do. Yeah, you need to get one. I created an Instagram finally.
Did you?
I did. It's the
What
same
fucking
as
time?
everything.
Hold on. What's your username?
I know.
Okay.
Same as here, Mermaid RE0. And I don't there's literally no reason for TikTok to be dropping frames. Like it's not even saying that it's dropping frames. Like my CPU is 3% and it's fucking up. It makes 0 sense that TikTok is lagging. Fuck you, Rayda. So this is gonna ruin this video, but I'm gonna play this anyways. Y'all can hear the audio, so that's good. Half y'all will see it. This one, I don't even need to play all of it, but it was funny. So this is why I'm saying this is Lindsay in the chat. You guys will understand from the audio since you won't be able to see it.
I get my news from Donald Trump himself. What he says is the truth. That's it. I don't care what fake news has to say about my man Donald Trump. He's the best. I watch.
My man, Donald Trump.
I want y'all to just remember this. Lindsay, you can stop denying it, but it's you. It's okay.
I get my news from Donald Trump himself. What he says is the truth. That's it. I don't care what fake news has to say about my man Donald Trump. He's the best.
I watch Newsmax and Fox. I love Gutfeld. I watch him every night. I like him. I read everything. I go online. I read
Lindsay,
what the White House is doing. I read what the courts are saying. I read things. I don't watch any media. I don't even have social media. I never even ordered anything from Amazon. How about that?
That was Lindsay, I guess, because she says she checks everything. She does her research. So
I want to point out that if I'm not mistaken, the majority of people get their news from social media now. So it's not a flex to say you don't have social media, considering that that's the #1 source now for news.
Oh, that's a 3-minute video. I can send it to you, but like towards the end, someone's like, I get all my news from TikTok. TikTok is where it's at. And it's just like, oh, okay.
I also wouldn't suggest you guys get all your news from TikTok.
No, I see what I love to do is I will get clips to make myself laugh from Twitter or Facebook or TikTok. But I'm still going to look the shit up because, you know, I just do that to make myself laugh, to see what's being put out there in the right hemisphere of politics, because I want to laugh at y'all. You're so dumb. So
I don't get it. I don't get humans. I don't.
yeah, we never do.
Particularly the 77 million on that side. Y'all are strange. Y'all are very strange.
Ohio, you wish I got my news from CNN. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know why people don't. I think I might have missed saying thank you to Grady, but thank you, Grady, way earlier for that 5. You're probably not even in here with how much issues I've had with this freaking stream on TikTok. It's so dumb. But I want to thank you guys for being here. I think this one was actually a funny comment. Ari, you should have signed up for Streamer University and had a politics class, gang. Yeah. And Dewey, I think this was for the yapologist that said you do not get paid enough for this nonsense. That's very true. Talks 2 movie quotes but gets the vote. I read that out loud. Okay, I think I got well, actually, no, I missed this one. This was in response to his LLL joke, where it said Trump for sex offender registry 2028, not a joke. I think V said this one in regards to the old Marine veteran. If breathing wasn't an involuntary function, this guy would be in a lot of trouble. My garden cucumbers are smarter than him.
Oh my god.
Oh, the glitch is fixed. What the
It's always something.
I hate TikTok. I love the
It's really went to
TikTok
the shitter.
shop. You're so great. Your app is perfect. Nothing you do ever breaks. You're so good. You're the best. Anyways, would love what comment? I don't know what. I just muted myself on accident. But I'm gonna go off and be find my Latino lesbian literature, probably from a Latino lesbian, and I'm going to enjoy my entire whole life with that. Okay. We're also gonna find some garden cucumbers because cucumbers are delicious and they're super healthy for you and like 70% water, so they're amazing. If you guys don't like cucumbers or if you're allergic to them, I feel so sorry for you. I don't know what
Who
Hector is
doesn't like
going to do.
cucumbers?
Some people are allergic to them. And I mean, some people
Okay,
don't like
the
them because they're
allergic.
flavorless. They don't have like actual flavor, really. They have a very muted flavor. So I get that.
Blended with stuff, it's great. With dressing, it's great. Sprinkle a little salt on it, it's great.
It's great
Just gotta
by
bring the flavor
itself.
out, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. I can just take cubes, not cubes, like sticks, little cucumber sticks or slices.
I don't hear a lot going on upstairs, but you guys are gonna get sent over there from YouTube. So y'all figured out what I mean. So good night on YouTube if you like Hector, which you should. Otherwise, why the fuck are you here? Go hit that follow. His link is in the description. Go hit that subscribe. That's what it is.